All right, so the recap is that we were playing Out of the Abyss, in which we are not in the Abyss, we are in the Underdark. And I'll just go through the big bullet points. We were captured by Drow. We started in Velkenvelve. We broke out of Velkenvelve, and we went to the Dark Lake. We sailed the Dark Lake, and we went to a city called Blublablop. Blublablop. And we met some fish people, and then Demigorgon himself, which is a giant monster from the Abyss, came out of the Dark Lake and smashed up Shlubladop. So at that point, you go, oh, the reason this book is taught Out of the Abyss has something to do with the fact that Demigorgon's in the Underdark, because he's not supposed to be in the Underdark. From there, we ran away, and we went to Mental Dareth, which is a outpost where they do arms dealing. And you met a contact who had a high-value gem that he was going to sell, but then he died, and so you took the gem and you sold it. You gave it to, I think it was a halfling.
I wrote his name down, but then I ripped it up.
It was a girl. There was a female there. She might have been a Schmurfnerblin as well. So you might have met with the Schmurfnerblin quarter of the arms dealing. And you basically traded the gem over, and she then said, okay, we don't know what this is worth, but I can obviously put on credit some number of money for you guys. And that way you guys were able to supply yourselves, get some basic magic items, and now you've decided that your next destination is Blingdenstone, because the Schmurfnerblin are known to have access to the overworld. So you're hoping that by going to Blingdenstone, you guys can access the overland and get out of the Underdark. Several people were traveling with your party, but they all have their own objectives and their own places to be. So several of them left for Neverwinter Grove, some of them left to Gracklstugh, and so the people that are still with your party is Jimjar, the Schmurfnerblin, and Darendil, the Quaggoth. The Quaggoth says that he is not actually a Quaggoth, he is cursed to this form, and that he is actually a High Elven prince. James's character was an elf, or is, he's not dead, he's just not here right now, is an elf who worships, I think, like the ancient god of elves. So he knows all about elven culture and elven lore. And so in interviewing Prince Darendil, he has concluded that either he's crazy or he's been like out of phase, out of time, because he's talking about his family and all this stuff that's so ancient that the normal elves, he's not even a culture on the earth anymore. So he wants to get back to the elven lands and find out if his people have ancestors or whatever. And then Jimjar, of course, is a Schmurfnerblin. He is the one currently guiding you guys to Blingdenstone. And so we will start with conversations with Jimjar as you guys head to Blingdenstone. There was one other thing that happened, but maybe you guys don't remember. It was a passing note, but it might come back up in the next few sessions. So just to remind you, when you were traveling to Blingdenstone, you did hear a voice cry out saying, "Help me, help me." Remember? Sonically in your brains. And you guys were like, nope. And you guys just noped out and ran away. So that was a thing, too. So Jimjar is telling you guys about the Schmurfnerblin to prepare you for Blingdenstone. He wants you guys to know that Schmurfnerblin are usually dour. They for some reason historically don't remember their own history. They don't have they just don't care about the past. They live in the now, and they're very depressed. And normally Blingdenstone's a happier place that's been detached from all the world's politics. Except I don't know if it was like 50 years ago or something. It says decades ago. There's a very famous series of books about a guy named Dritz Duorden, and I guess he's a dark elf that's, you know, famous enough that he'd have like his own Instagram account. And he came to Blingdenstone and said, "You guys really gotta help me. You got, you know, stand up against the Drow." And so the Blingdenstone, they did what they don't normally do. They stood up to the Drow, and they won some major victory by helping the dwarves, and it was great. It was like, woo! It's like a footnote. It's like they won World War I, right? But then, because the Drow were like, well, F that noise, the Drow came and destroyed the whole city. So as revenge, years later, all of Blingdenstone was sacked and ruined. So what we're coming to is a city, but it has been nuked and paved off the map of the earth. So what's left is the ruins of Blingdenstone. Okay?
Okay.
Now, you're in the Underdark. Everything's caverns anyway. How ruinous can it be? It just means you have to dig it back out, right? So over the last several decades, the people of Blingdenstone, with their population heavily diminished, have been rebuilding and creating Blingdenstone. But Jimjar tells you, be prepared. They're now even more paranoid. They're now even more xenophobic. They don't really want outsiders. So you're going to have to do some things to try to win their trust over, or they're not going to necessarily want to let you in. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
So that's the basic things Jim Jar fills you in on as you guys approach the outer gates of Blinged Stone. Where are our little players? You get a little fiery wizard. Yeah, apparently I have a page file. You want to show them the map?
Yep.
So we have these really cool maps that we printed ourselves. I basically took the original map and I wanted to make it a massive. And when you make these maps massive, the resolution just cannot handle it. So what I did is I vectorized and mosaicked everything so that it'd be kind of soft cell. And that way it can handle any resolution I want. I can make the thing 50 pages long because the vector can scale forever. That was how I got around it. But I have these old page files that tell me exactly where to place the image to page file. And apparently my page file is off by 1/8 of an inch. And so all of my prints are wrong. So I've got to fix my page file for next time.
Or just cut it better.
No, I don't think it was a cutting problem. It was that the file was placed with an overlap that was wrong in the file.
Okay. Well, I mean, as long as we overlap it,
Yeah.
it's not a problem.
Yeah, but it's every page I've got. They're all going to do it. So just do your best and don't care.
Look away!
Anyway, we have a Garnet. Garnet, tell us 2 sentences about your character.
I am a fire sorceress. And
Good enough.
I'm here to fuck shit up.
Never mind.
I'm here to
One sentence. is
burn
fine.
everything down.
All right, this is Ren. Tell us something about yourself, Ren.
I'm angry, like a lot, and I'm tiny.
All right, a tiny, angry.
Oh, I'm a gnome barbarian.
Gnome
Sorry, I should have
barbarian.
said that
There you go.
first.
All right.
2 sentences.
And
there
then
you
we
go.
have a Birdman.
There we
Birdman, tell us about yourself.
I'm Aarakocra, and I like to fly.
I have wings and I'll use them. You realize that you were in the Underdark, right? You can't fly because you're in tunnels.
Sets me
You
apart.
can fly, but like you're limited.
That's it.
No, but even if you could fly, you can't fly. You're in tunnels. Like the ceiling's only 8 feet high.
Yeah.
I'm
He's just
Aarakocra
flying
that likes to
I'm sure
fly
there's
in tunnels.
caverns that are 50 feet high.
There are some, but
Yeah.
we're not in them. These
No,
are all
I know.
8-foot tunnels. So even if you tried to fly, you'd just be smacking your head constantly and like trying to get a draft in a tunnel with no air.
So I'm an Aarakocra with a lot of knots on my head because I like to fly. So
I'm an Aarakocra who tries to
I
fly.
knocked the Aarakocra out of myself there.
There will be places where you can fly for sure. A lot of the big battles you can get up and fly, but in the tunnels you cannot fly.
I'm flying in the tunnel.
All right, you can't fly in the tunnel. There's no draft. There's no place for air.
I like to hover.
He can just soar. Just
All right, moving on.
aerodynamically.
We'll just
down
hold
the tunnel.
you up every now and then,
That's it.
so
Do
that
we have
it
a
feels
little
like
Jim
you're
Jar?
flying.
I got a bunion that's driving me like crazy.
You're not used to walking this much.
That's it. That's
Do I
too
have
much
any
walking
Smurf
there.
Nurblin? This guy will represent basically every NPC in the game.
We have given up, y'all. Round 1 was like, look at all our pieces today. We have 2.
Just imagine it in your
Well, I
head.
have character pieces.
Sure.
I have a book of character
What's
pieces.
on this week here?
I just need some little ones. There's a goblin.
We need any rivers.
I don't need rivers. I need little people.
How about doors?
I already told you what I need.
I need one of those flying stands. You find one of
Well,
those.
somebody else can look for little people because I am going to run the game.
I would be glad to look for little people.
Any little people you can find. Oh, here's one. There's a little,
Identify as
there's a
a little
little
person.
mage.
I was the tallest person in the office.
There you go.
I want to identify as a small person.
So as you approach the gates of Blinged Stone, you see this massive gate way in the distance. But before you get to that, there's a humongous staircase. And you guys begin climbing the stairs.
I'm flying up the stairs.
You can fly up the stairs.
Yeah.
Woo! Go you. At the top of the stairs, you see a large landing, and there is one lonely Smurf Nurblin sitting by a little campfire. Fires are pretty rare in the Underdark because they're afraid of monsters, but there's no monsters at the gates of Blinged Stone. And he is sitting there, and as you approach, like I told you, these guys are very wary of outsiders, and they're kind of concerned that you might be a bad guy. And he looks up, and he goes, ugh, like outsiders. But instead of the usual outsiders he's used to, what he sees is you guys, and you guys are a bird, you know, like another little person. You don't look like humans, right? Well, she does. We have one human. But at the front of your little entourage is Jim Jar, right? And he actually mutters to himself, What a strange coincidence. I almost never see travelers, and then there were one I actually recognize. Jim Jar and this guy know each other.
How do you know him, Ginger?
Oh, this is someone who used to work in the guild I was part of when I used to live in Blingdenstone. This is Jim Jar. Perfect. That's what I wanted.
Are we to approach this guy as a friend or a potential foe?
Oh, very much a friend.
All right.
Very
So he goes,
much
hey,
what?
let's a friend. Let's sit by the fire with him and talk for a minute.
Okay.
So he lets you sit around the fire, and you guys begin to chat about what's going on in Blingdenstone. What would you like to ask him?
What's going on in Blue?
What's going on? Give us some tea.
Well, you know, Blingdenstone is a mess as usual, but it's getting better. Our quarters are getting re-expanded, and but we really are beset on all sides by troubles these days. We have let's see. He says there's a thing called the Gold Whiskers. He's like, we got the Gold Whiskers to the north. We've got let me see the names of these sections. They all have little section names. There's the Gold Whiskers. There's the Rock Bite. Rock Bite. I'll find it in 5 seconds.
LJ asked what's in your cup.
A sec.
What did he have? It's my special blend of rum and coke.
Oh my gosh.
Mention my drinks.
My special blend. Of course.
Call it out. We haven't found the coke yet, but we know there's something else in there.
But he basically says, well, we have the typical bickering among the factions about who's going to be the next king of Blingdenstone.
Mm-hmm.
We have the Rock Blight on one end coming in on us with these mysterious elementals and things trying to kill us from one end.
Okay.
We've got the Gold Whisker pinching in on us from the other end. And then we have these new rumors of oozes and slimes coming to murder us. There's mutterings of something called the Pudding King.
Pudding.
I think we talked about this briefly
I
last
remember
session.
that. Yeah, I remember that. Pudding
So
king.
everything's a mess.
So that's gonna be messy.
And then he makes a comment about, like, you guys don't even realize who you're traveling with. This Jim Jar here.
Thanks, LJ.
Yeah, you'll have a chance to
Tell
fly.
that DM what's up.
Exactly.
Where's my...
Hey, you just flew up a stairs.
It felt so good, too. I'm telling you what, didn't touch a single step the entire way.
Except the one to launch off.
Dang it, you're right.
But he goes, do you guys realize who you're traveling with? This Jim Jar, he was almost once the king of Blingdenstone himself.
Jim Jar?
And he goes, no. He's like, I was very high up in a faction. My name might have been thrown in a hat at one point, but I was never going to be king. And he mentions that since the sacking of the city, there might not have, I don't know if that's true, but there hasn't been a real official king for a while. And historically, they have a king and queen partnership. And so they have like the guys do the guy things and the girls do the girl things, and they're very segmented, but they all have like their responsibilities. And so there's a dual king and queen, like a double monarch. And he's like, no, there's since the war with all the collapse, we need a new faction to come in and take over. And so I was part of the old political party, but these new people are the Masons and the workers and the people that are rebuilding Blingdenstone. He's like, so there's a reason that all the political power shifted to them. And he's like, they have good rulers in line. He's like, I think they'll be crowned. It's only a matter of time. And he mentions their names are... Why are they going to bury my list of
I think we
names
do
now?
have a smaller flying
I'm good.
base.
That looks about my altitude.
He likes to do that. I'm very... Well, not during the conversation. You really
You'll be
should.
blowing the fire out. Oh my
You should get a second version of your mini so we can switch it out quickly. Because you're not always flying.
He's feeling very
You're
flighty
blowing
right
out the fire, man.
I don't mind you having a flying character, but there are situations that have to come up where you aren't flying at that moment.
Blowing embers all around the room.
Like,
now. That's it.
a little halfling comes and taps you on the shoulder and hands you an apple. I was flying!
It's fine. Put that apple away.
She doesn't hand me the apple!
Throw it up to me, Talon.
The king of Blingdenstone presents you
That's
with
it.
a reward. I was flying.
That's it.
How's he gonna hand me that gem?
It's a flex. I like to look down upon all.
All right, here we
I don't
go.
know what time it is.
The new faction is the Digger Mattocks, which is semi-literal. They dig and they have Mattocks, right? And the new King and Queen line are Dorbo and Seni Digger Mattock. This little note here says that Dorbo is the leader of the mining expeditions and Seni is the leader of the settlers. So by unifying, they're very much in line to be the next king and queen. And then having the last name be the same, I assume that they're related. I don't know. Maybe they're husband and wife.
Ooh,
We'll get to that later.
matrimony.
So yeah, that's the information about Blingdenstone he presents you. So he goes, yes, stay a while, and occasionally they open the gates, and you can talk to the guards, and you can see if they'll let you in.
Open up gates, talk to guards.
Yeah, he said occasionally they open the gates, and you can talk to them back in again.
Okay. Could you come with us?
Ooh. Tag along. Just go.
That's a good point. I've been here so long, I don't even remember what I was up to.
Are the gates right here?
We've all been there before.
They look like they should be right there.
Nice.
There you go, Stream. Check out them doors.
Check out
Brought to
them
you by
doors.
Arknight.
We don't have no minis, but we have a door. All right, we got some little
Are
people
you just
here.
looking for little people?
I found
Like
plenty
gnomes.
of people
I
that
want, like,
identify as
gnomes.
vertically challenged.
I have 3, 4.
I wasn't sure if these were like too heavily
Sure, those are
armed.
perfect. And this one's great. This is the best ones right here. And the
And
king and
there's-
queen. You got everything I need right there.
There's
Wow.
them
Yeah,
two.
pop them. Pop them. Pop
Yep,
them.
yep.
Pop them
Make
up.
sure you do
Want
it
it?
super close to the microphone.
This will actually
ASMR.
ASMR. You're welcome, Stream.
And 0 viewers now.
We had one.
I just lost 5 subs, too.
Oh.
I spotted a hole. In their defense.
Does anyone ask him how long he's been here?
No, we've already established.
She just said he's been here so long he forgot what he was doing.
They got short. You said they got like short-term memory loss or something, right?
They
Like
have,
doors?
yeah, they're not like that, but they don't care about their history.
All right, so we're talking about you're the leader, boss. What are you doing here? Cameras on you. Shake it.
I want the king.
Don't mess up.
Oh, that looks like it's.
Okay. He said he is going with us, or he's not?
He
Well, no,
said he can't even remember what he was doing.
It's a definitive
Looks like
yes.
it's Ren's
Okay.
daddy.
We will tell you. What you're doing. You're coming with us. Let's go.
Fair enough. But I don't know how long we have to wait, so what's the point of getting up right now? We'll wait for them to open the doors.
What if we burn the doors down? Syria?
Hmm.
They're wood.
I mean, we got a fire right there, too, right?
Make an obvious check. Roll a d20.
Or
Are the doors even open
to,
or
like,
locked?
convince him to go? Or
Just
Are
roll
they,
the
are they
d20.
open or locked?
I thought this would be so obvious.
15.
He's telling you wait for them to say, hey, anybody out there want to come in?
Is this like-
and yet he's been waiting so long that he forgot what he was doing.
Is this like the Maze
So
Runner
he's
where they
waiting
open
for
them
something that hasn't been
6 a.m.?
happening.
Okay, so is the thing that's happening us showing up?
I don't know. I think the
Bless
question
my
is,
lucky
how
stars,
long have you
the
been waiting?
saboteur. Welcome.
Okay.
You ask him how long he's been waiting. He says he's been waiting about 6 weeks.
Okay. That's still exactly the same place that we're at, knowing that it's 6 weeks.
No, but his point was, occasionally they open the...
Like, yeah. I don't know if you could come with us.
Okay, bye.
Wow.
You have to convince him. He didn't want to go anyway.
Okay.
You were trying to tell him to come. He doesn't care.
Swipe left.
That's right.
All right, you knock at the gates of Blingdenstone. We'll move this along. Guards call her down. Hello, yes, who's there?
That guy.
Hey, where you been?
Teleporting in.
He's been leaf walking.
Like, we've been standing here so long that we forgot that you were with us.
I'm
whole
confused
time.
how we're at Blingdenstone when we were at Montel Dareth before.
You left
Thought we were in
for
the lake.
for Blingdenstone. You were
We did?
traveling to Blingdenstone. You reached the gates of Blingdenstone. We called the game.
Did we? Alright.
Remember we bypassed the lady in the cave that so obviously wanted our attention.
There was the
and lead
voice
us
saying,
into a trap?
help me, and he was like, nope. That was on the path to Blingdenstone.
There you go. I'll be ready in like 1 minute.
All right. So I got this that I need. Try to find me. I don't need to spoil it. We'll just have it come up when it comes up. I'll need to grab something. It's that I spoil it, so
Write it down on the paper.
because then somebody's still gotta read it and get spoiled.
Trust me,
Yeah, you're the
I
right
really-
person to spoil. You don't care.
I really don't know.
All right, next time I'll tell you. Not gonna fix the problem right this minute, but we'll talk about it. All right.
It's a Brazilian butt lift.
Oh my god.
All right, so you guys knock. Some guards call down. Hello, what do you need? What do you want? What?
Oh, Phil's a freak.
Guards were manning the gate all along.
Sorry, that's funny.
I didn't hear what you said.
This lady.
Hmm.
Has a
she's got
Brazilian
such
butt
a big
lift.
booty.
You know she's a snake, right?
Okay, but it looks like she's bent over, and I'm like, okay, but where, like, if you look where her butt would be,
From front
it's
to
like
back?
way up there, so that's not in the
It's-
right place. So
It's not anatomically correct, is what you're saying?
It's just, or yeah, well, yeah. So boom, she had surgery, and then Tyler said,
No, Tyler
actually,
didn't say
somebody here said,
Somebody.
He who
said.
shall not be named.
just Phil
Anyway.
might be a freak because she's got a big booty.
Phil didn't draw this.
Oh, he did
Oh,
that
that's
one.
right. Was this Marta?
It's either Marta or Damien. I don't know what set it's from.
She's a freak.
What's funny is the front doesn't show any freakishness. It's just that she filled in the back weird.
It looks
Just
like a
got
big
their
butt,
butt.
right?
Yeah, there you
That's
go.
all.
Big
Just-
butts
I
don't lie.
like big butts and I cannot.
All right.
You other brothers can't deny.
So the guards are at the gate. They knock. They call down. What do you want?
We went inside.
Ah, an audience. Hold on. Let me come get my passports and paperwork. They open the door like 2 inches, and as you look inside, there's like 9 guys with spears. Who is it requesting entrance? Friend or foe?
To be determined.
Is that what you say?
man.
We come in peace.
They all say that. What are you here for?
Isn't this where we get up to the service? Or no?
Service?
Surface.
Blingden Stone is historically known for accessing the surface
There you go.
regularly. So they have a way.
We heard you might have access to the surface.
Yes, it's well known. Blingden Stone has access to the surface. So,
We don't belong down here without sun.
fair enough. I can see that you're overworlders. That makes enough sense. But the only person who can give you access to the surface is the soon-to-be king. What's his name? Starts with the D. Dorbo Diggermattock could get you to the surface, but audience with him, there's no way, no chance. You'll have to do some other things.
Can I do a dance for you?
Sure.
Wait, let's get that one.
Garnet does the
We're gonna put
floss.
flash mob.
You do a dance?
Flash mob style.
Okay, roll.
You gotta get up and do the
roll
dance.
roll a persuasion check.
Nope.
He slams it.
Oh man.
Damn
Yeah, you can dance all you want.
Did
No,
you
seriously
see
though.
those?
I'm not going to reject you because you have a bad dance, but you need to have official reason to come here, and depending on who's with your party and what your official reason is and who your liaison is, it determines how many guards and escorts we have to provide you. We're not inhospitable. We just assume your trouble.
Okay, well, good for you. We're not trouble.
All the trouble says that.
I know, right?
Troublemakers sit in the back row.
Don't look mad.
But he looks you up, and you guys look powerful. And he goes, but, truth be told, we really do need some help. And if you're not here for trouble, maybe you could help.
What kind of help do you need?
1, 2,
All
3,
sorts
4,
of trouble.
5. I'm confused why you need pencils. I see 5.
I don't have
We
any
finally
eraser.
found a pencil.
There's
Finally,
5.
yeah.
And they were all sitting right.
They were not.
Here.
I just went and
As of
found this
yesterday.
off Lauren's desk.
There were 5 of them. I will take pictures of the table every time I leave.
Yep.
Oh, I moved the camera again.
Oh no.
Again, now he's here. He's sabotaging it on a different level.
Yeah, I know.
Actually, you fixed it. You got Josh better in the first. Thank you.
Yay!
Except for your curtains falling down behind you.
Oh, the stream dropped for a bit, but now it's back.
Liberty flap. Oh, that's gonna be annoying when we edit. Go ahead, keep on going with whatever we're doing.
It could have just been LJ.
Not
But
really.
suppose that happened. Well, you can't believe me. I'm believing him. It says in the stream chat. Okay, so yeah, the guard says it's reasonable. You can come in.
Okay, but what is the thing that we're gonna have to do for you?
What do you need help with?
We need help with all kinds of stuff, but it's not my problem. I'm just the gate captain.
What if we don't want to do it?
Whatever you want in the city that you're allowed to do as outsiders.
Alright, you know what, let's go.
You can stay in the main field. You can shop the shops of the main hall. And
We're all shopped out. We just did shop. We're ready to
We
fight.
armored up.
but first, let's get you into the inner city. And the guards escort you toward the inner city. They take you through some sluiceways and down some paths, and they take you to the big gate at number 4. See the big number 4? Let's see if there's anything special to say.
Don't worry. I got it covered.
You pass through a thing called the Gauntlet,
Oh, yeah,
which I assume is that main path, where there's like spears on all sides, and deep gnomes take you through, and they pass you through, and they...
That's Rin. You need to put her back.
Oh, that was Ren? Sorry, she's so smart. Oh, this was the guy
She
that we
just
got
blends
rid
right
of.
in, I know.
We got rid of this guy.
Or is it?
And they
this
take you
guy
through the big
here?
gates, and they open those inner gates, and you walk through a tiny little tunnel, and you leave the dark tunnel behind and step into what looks like another world. These aren't sinister drow caverns or harsh bare stone, but a subterranean land of warm colors and welcoming smells. The deep gnomes you see going about their business glance up at you with suspicion, but you instinctively understand that you face no threat here. One of the guards escorting you abandons his severe frown to give you a deep nod as he prompts you past the inner gate. Welcome to Blingdenstone, travelers! He says it like that because, you know, he wants to be extra fancy. Alright.
He's paid by the Tourism Bureau.
Exactly.
Chamber of Commerce.
Chamber of Commerce. I have another map for inside Blingdenstone. Now you may wonder what that first map was for. Well, there is an idiotic off chance that you guys decide to do something stupid and go to war with Blingdenstone, and I'm not putting anything past you. So there we go.
Well, now that you're talking about
Now you're in inner
it, how can I not post
Blingdenstone.
you?
I mean, Tyler started with let's burn the gate down.
Wow.
Since I was, yeah, he really did.
We've been a little neutral for too many missions now. I feel like it's time
So I
to let
guess
some of that beast
4
out.
is one of these two.
Yeah, you just came through that gate.
As we're all up here at that.
Yeah, you probably don't want to put all of your minis on a map of the city.
Yep.
Just I'll have one person please be the
Okay.
waypoint for you guys.
The one that's
The
easy to
flyer.
All
I
right.
think he's fine.
Jim Jar goes, well, that was not bloody at all. Great. Good start. And as you guys look around, 5 is the reception hall, which is a great big opening which interjects these different sections. And the guard, he takes a little girl, like he waves. He goes, you, little girl. And there's like a little bread helper girl. And he goes, don't tell them what to do, don't tell them where to go, but just warn them away from places they're not allowed to go. And if they need translations or help figuring out what things are, you can tell them and be their guide. And he nods to Jim Jar and goes, I think I remember you. And Jim Jar goes, yeah.
I get that a lot.
Yeah. So, James, Jim Jar was like an old political figure. Like, he might have been like head of a Teamsters union or something. And so there was a brief time when they were deciding who the next king was, that his name was thrown in the hat, that if his union was to come to power, he's one of the possibles that could be in charge. But from his stance, he goes, I was never that high up the food chain. I was never going to be picked. But my faction didn't even go on to be the ones in power. He left Blingdenstone when the power changed. And because Blingdenstone has been destroyed and now it's being rebuilt, the rebuilders are obviously in political favor. And so they're the most likely to be king. And he said, and they will be. They will be crowned king. It just takes a long time.
Okay.
So the Digger Maddocks are going to become the new king and queen. So you're in a big reception hall. And the little girl basically goes, okay, don't go that way, don't go that way, you can go that way or that way or that way. And she points basically off the map that way. The big double doors you can see are like barred with iron and spikes and steels. It's like the DMZ between North and South Korea. It's just barbed wired up, and they're like, okay, that's good enough. Doesn't have any guards. It's just since we strapped it in metal and spikes, that's good enough. And then that's collapsed, and of theirs collapsed. So this is the obvious way to go. And 5 is a big junction point. 6 is on the map. you can see these pathways going up to like an overhead barracks where they have drop down points in multiple places. So if the guards need to respond to something, you'll see a number of those little door points. The barracks can come out here, can come out there, can come out there, can come out there. So that's because the barracks is actually over all of this. And she goes, that's the soldiers. Don't go up there. That's where soldiers are.
That's where I want to go.
And then she points you to 7. And she goes, that's clearly where you want to go. That's the trader's grotto where all the trading and the bread and the cookies and the sandwiches and the fruit. She's like, that's where we definitely want to go. So she's hoping
Alright.
she's hoping you guys will give her like a maybe for my translation services you'll give me a bit.
Seeing as we were fully supplied from last time.
Yeah, we are not interested in going.
Yeah,
to
but
this
you're still eating
market.
rations when you travel. Food's still nice.
Sure.
Let's not pretend that
Let's
food's
go
not
get
nice.
some, I guess, probably fried mushrooms.
Sure. That's a possibility.
What else do these people eat? Down here.
Stuffed mushrooms.
Right? Mushroom scampi.
Stuffed fried mushroom scampi.
You would be shocked at what we can do with a mushroom.
Yeah. Mushroom soup.
Fungus and
Mushroom on peanut butter.
Do you slice the mushroom and put it on a plate? Yeah. You're
Mushroom
right, that's all we
sandwich.
do.
Baked. Yep. Mushroom sandwiches.
All right, what do you guys want to do?
Don't just walk
Mushroom
by.
boba. That's exactly what I was thinking.
Bubba.
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 Bubba gump shrimp.
All right, you guys head to 7, or do you ask her about the other tunnel southward?
No, I mean, we might as well get some warm food / mushrooms and
The,
then move on.
the orientation of these maps always make no sense. I'm pretty sure that's north, so if I happen to say north or south and I say it wrong, who cares? Let's just move on.
So north
The
will
point
be
is-
away from you.
Yeah, but another map might be twisted and I'll mess that up. But if you ask her what these things are,
North
she
is
can
the
give
top
you
of
more
the table.
information.
So we're moving into 7.
Sure.
Where the bazaar is.
All right, you guys head into a large cavern with all sorts of fungus that's been pulled away, and so the ceiling has all these roots and vegetables, and then they've created a trader's grotto, and they've cleared out the main area, and there's stalls, and this is like it's like a caravan. Like imagine this massive procession, and it all broke down, and they said, "Fuck it, just do it live. Let's just do it here." Everything is just sort of like a mess and built into the walls, but there's actually like a pretty cool bazaar here. And right as you arrive, because of course, what would D&D be without timing coincidences? You
A
hear
fight breaks out.
screaming. Exactly.
Mhm.
Guards around you draw weapons, but instead of going toward the screaming, they back up and basically run away. And then you see one guard. Oh, I'm saying that wrong. I'm sorry. Oh yeah, deep gnomes all around you draw. Okay. These aren't guards. These are the regular people. All have knives and swords and pitchforks, and the regular people all pull their weapons defensively because I think that's supposed to imply that the population's armed because of the recent troubles. But they all back away from this calamity as you see a guard start floating up in the air as if he's possessed.
He's flying.
And
Yes.
you go, and then, as the lighting shifts, you notice that he's been lifted up by a gelatinous cube, and a cube has moved into his position, and so he's floating up in the acid. You guys know what gelatinous cubes are, right? So, James, do you want to grab the one off your desk, or do we have a cool gelatinous
That
cube? Benny?
ultra sexy one.
Yeah. And we need
Just
this
saying.
guy to be our gnome guard. Where's our gnome guard? It'll be this guy. This will be our gnome guard. No, I have a plan for this one. This will be something else.
Okay, fine.
Well, we have these
Don't like my
cool
idea.
3D ones.
Okay.
We have these cool 3D ones. 3D. This is a gelatinous cube in medium size, which gelatinous cubes are not medium
Well,
size.
put them on a double base. So then you can.
That's how big it is. All right, so here's our gridding. Pretend there's a map. There's not a map underneath. Do you want to change the map to an actual battle map, not just me talking?
You want him to see that?
Do they not want to see the battle?
But the battle hasn't begun yet.
It is
I thought
begun.
you were about to lay down the thickness. You were about to set the mood. You were about to set the atmosphere.
We've done all that. Moving on.
Oh, it was not set.
Okay, you put him inside the cube, put him on top, whatever.
This little guy's
That
getting
is
swallowed
the
up.
thickness.
Yeah, we might as well move our map because it actually is very distracting to have it be on that.
That's way better.
and the cube will be in the corner, and he'll be on top of the cube.
That's a great
He'll be
cube.
on top.
Put
of
that
the
little
cube.
guy on top of the cube.
Where'd you get that cube from, James?
So he is inside the cube,
Uh-huh.
dying of acid. His arms and his legs are pinned, and his face is like on the outside of the cube, going "Help! Help!" And all the people are just like, "Heck no!" and they're running away.
Like that 1980s classic, The Blob.
Yes.
Shawnee Smith.
Dang, Shawnee Smith. Hey,
So this gelatinous cube has seeped through the cracks in the walls of the cavern. Because everything's been busted and fallen down, and there's like piles of rubble. But the oozes can come straight through the rubble. So where you would think there's a wall or a pile of dust or something you couldn't really move through, the oozes can basically move right through it. So this guy is melting alive, yelling, "Help me! Help me!" And if you know anything about gelatinous cubes, you could grab him and pull him out. You just might burn you a little with the acid. In the meantime, you guys are on a clock if you want to try to help him.
I want to try to help him.
Oh,
Alright.
you are the good guy, huh?
You're the good guy.
Well, I'm just thinking, like, realistically, I don't know you. I also don't really care about this place. Like, why would I go help someone?
Well, there is an obvious reason. You were literally
We
just
want-
told you have to impress the Digger Maddox to be
That's-
given access to the
We want to
surface.
build a rapport with these people.
You're right.
You know, we want to make friends and show that we're not here. We didn't bring this with us.
Alright, what I gotta do to get him out of the booger?
Pull him out.
You have to run over there. Let's do initiative.
Fly over there.
Because obviously
Fly over
its first turn was to grab the guy. The gelatinous cube will go on an 8.
Let's see.
The screaming will be on a 7.
I'm on 15.
3.
I got 15 too.
All right, Bird on a 15.
Garnet 15.
Garnet on a 15. James, what'd you get?
Liliana's got a 11.
11.
The judge of bonus.
He wants
Is
us.
that okay? Can we call you Lil for short or something? Like,
You good?
is that
Lil.
I
right?
thought I was Leilana.
Oh.
It is Leilana. Sorry.
Oh, no.
Mixed it up with
Leila.
another character with a very similar name. It's in my
Oh,
name, so
okay.
Totally brain farted. Yes.
Brain
It's cool.
arteries.
Yes.
Cool.
I'm over here huffing sealant.
You guys,
so-
there's a lot of shrooms. There's a lot of shrooms around us right now. We're gonna give you some wiggle room here.
I sealed up the bases for the 1.5 Kickstarter, so it's
go.
gave me a bit of a solvent high.
Oh, no.
Not that I huffed it; it just happened by accident.
It just it huffs itself.
Don't lick the envelope.
This stuff's so good, it huffs itself.
Exactly.
All right, come on, initiatives. I got a
did it.
15
You did
for James, right?
No.
Who? Okay, Bird and Garnet. I just took right over
Yeah.
it. Then where? What's yours?
3.
Oh, 3. That's what I didn't hear. Barb.
Huh. Ha,
Wait
ha.
to see what everybody
Ha, ha,
does.
ha.
And then
Yeah.
stout
All right.
turkey bone.
Garnet, you are up.
I cast Fireball.
You have a reason to want to help.
Just kidding.
Dude, are you kidding?
Yes, I'm just kidding. But didn't fire kind of like make the other one like
Ooze can be
retract?
burned for sure. For sure, you can burn an ooze.
Oh, yeah, so me and Garnet have experience with one of these things.
You have experience fighting other types of oozes. I don't know that you've seen a gelatinous cube.
Yeah,
The
but
most
it's not like the
iconic of
tiny
oozes.
one.
And your distance from this thing is probably about 25 feet, so put yourselves a little closer. If this is 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, put yourselves like that close.
let's do a firebolt.
A firebolt. Okay.
So,
Wow! You attempt to attack it with a firebolt.
mhm.
All right, go for it.
Hit +4,
Okay.
2d10 fire.
Is it 2d10 now? Now that you're level 5, it's
Firebolt.
upgraded?
That's what it says.
Yeah, it makes sense. Your
2d10.
cantrips do get better as you level. I don't remember when the exact levels are. But if you're now a level 5 character and that's just 2d10, that means you may not realize this, but your firebolt has been doing d10 forever,
Mm-hmm.
and now it is
Oh,
doing
cast it.
2d10. You cast it every session.
What a convenient omission.
Yeah, I do, don't I? Kapow.
Ooh.
6 and 9. 15.
Did you attack and hit it?
Oh.
Oh yeah, the cantrip you got a hit with it.
16.
Not-
Good. You hit it, and you do 15 points of fire damage to it. It sizzles and takes 15 fire damage. Who's next?
Oh wow.
I think I'm
okay.
the other 15.
All right, Bird.
So does he have any limbs where I could actually just try to jerk him out of the thing before we...
Yes,
Yeah.
you have to. Well, his face is barely in it. Normally, when you're inside a
Jerk the
gelatinous
face with the
cube,
talon?
you're entirely inside the cube. I'm only letting his face be out for the visual of him yelling.
So you have to
Please
kind of
help me,
reach in
please.
with your-
Yeah, you gotta stick your hands in there and pull him out,
Hey man, I made an opening for you.
which you can
Yeah, she
totally
did.
do.
Did
Yeah,
she make an opening for
Oh
me?
yeah, she burned his face. He has no eyebrows now.
So you said we're level 5 now.
You were supposed to have leveled and you didn't.
Yeah, that.
Do I
is
blame
the-
you or do I allow you to do whatever you want? I don't know.
Who was supposed to say when we turn level 5?
We did at the end of last session. We said you turned level 5.
Even
You-
James doesn't remember
James
that.
didn't turn
Ooh.
level 5. You and Garnet got level 5.
No, it was. I got a level the session before last, then Tyler was supposed to get his, and then they were going to get theirs.
There's only
It was-
2 level demarcations. The girls were in the previous adventure and you were in the new adventure. So it's like you guys go up, then they go up, and then you guys go up, and then they go up. So half the time you're the same level, and half the time they're a level ahead.
And then there was going to be one where we caught up.
Right.
But we
After
can go back
after
and
like 2
look
more
at-
sessions, I want everybody to be the same level. But I thought that was when Garnet and
Doesn't matter.
Ren hit 5.
Yeah, I guess maybe the 4 of us all don't remember that, but
Maybe.
what changes then if we're level 5?
Well, then you're just not level 5 yet. Garnet's level 5 and you guys aren't.
Because I touched the stone.
It'll be fine.
What, because you told her
I touched
before the
the stone.
stream
Because she made her
started?
character
I touched the
update.
stone.
She literally was asking, are we level 5?
That's
When
just
did
'cause
you say
she's dumb.
level 5?
I printed her a new character sheet that's level 5.
Okay. So are we back at max
Yes,
HP?
yes, you're fully healed and rested.
Alright. So she's kind of made an opening here. Can I reach in? I'm going to take the hit.
So
from
you
the
fly up to
cube.
it. Yeah, fly into any melee space with it. Land, because you can't fly.
No, he's big. Look
Are you
at
gonna fly into
We're
the?
practically
You want to fly
eye
into the
now.
cube?
I got to go all the way in?
You gonna make a
No. I'm
six-inch
saying if you want to fly at it, you're gonna fly into the cube. If you land and reach your arms in and pull, then you have not flown into the cube.
What if I get in with my talent?
How heroic do you want to be?
I just want
Oh, there's also a new house rule that I think might be an official rule now. There's a thing called inspiration that people always forget to give each other inspiration.
we do.
You now get inspiration every time you botch. So not only do you screw up, which is funny, you get inspiration for the future to compensate for the fact that you screwed up. Which is kind of really soft gloves, but I do think it's funny. So when you botch, and I feel like you should quadruple the how horribleness of the botch is, but then giving them inspiration to make up for it is kind of fun. So, anyway, you lay next to him,
I'm
you
going
reach
for
your
it.
arms in. Let's see what it is. I think it's a save of some sort. You need a DC 12 strength check to pull him out of the... Yes.
Which one?
So you're going to make a strength check.
You said rolling a 12?
Oh, yeah?
He must make a DC 12.
Huzzah!
Not,
Yeah.
not a D12. It's,
Oh.
You're going to roll a D20. You need to get a 12.
Oh, good, because you didn't want that number that I just rolled right now. Oh, that's not much better. It's a 6.
All right, so you reach your hands and you try to get him, but he's wiggling around, and you take 10 acid damage trying to pull him out of there. Now, for the record, he's going to take 21 acid damage per round until he's either dead or out. So he's got a few turns. So helping pull him out is definitely... You're going to take some damage, but it's the best way to get him out alive.
So we can impress
All right,
the
Leilana.
townsfolk.
Flaming spear.
You create a
Behind
flaming sphere. All right, like inside its space.
him. Nope, just behind him. And I'm just gonna. I mean, clearly this dude's on one side, so I'm gonna attack the opposite side.
Sure. But you drive the flaming sphere into the cube,
Yeah.
right? Yeah. All right, what's it do?
It does. They have a dex save, which I'm pretty sure this thing's like not moving.
It's not, yeah, it's not gonna have. I mean, if it rolls a 20, it fails, of course.
There we go.
It wiggles at it. No,
Yep.
no.
It doesn't say on the cheat sheet,
It's
but
like,
it does.
it's like when you stick someone in the ribs and they go. "Ah!"
Sure.
They didn't get out of the way. They just tried, sort of.
Yep. So it doesn't say in the cheat sheet from D&D Beyond, but luckily my Arcanite spell effect does tell me that it does 2d6.
That is hilarious.
Yeah.
Because if you're in a normal person situation, you bought the spell effects,
To another
you use
D6.
D&D Beyond, the fact that they don't put the damage on the
Right.
character sheet,
And they do on
So-
some, and they don't on others.
it's ridiculous.
Anyways, I do 5 plus 6, 11. One shot.
Yours was 15, that
Dang.
was 11, that's 26 fire. Woo! It's sizzling good now.
Yeah. I like the way it crackles and pops and blisters.
There you go. I know casting, that's an action, right?
That
So you cast the
was
spell, it's a
more.
first level spell?
Nope, second.
Second? Okay. And then do you have to spend a bonus action to move it?
It just takes concentration.
It either takes
It's
your
one
action every turn, yeah, but then it takes an action every turn to move it again.
I think it's bonus to move.
I can't remember, but there's a way that you can keep ramming it back into him
Yeah,
even though he
yeah.
wiggles. All right, so put it in the back corner of him, but if he moves, it'll just stay there. That's fine. Thank you.
Let's put it for camera effect.
It's for camera effect.
All right. Screaming. Okay. He takes 21 acid damage.
Fire damage.
No.
Oh, the dude
The
inside.
dude
Sorry.
inside now has his
Takes
turn. He
poison
screams. What?
Acid,
I thought you said, oh, acid. Sorry.
Why is everyone telling me that I'm wrong?
Poison,
I thought you were
acid.
talking about the
Same
cube.
thing.
The guy screams, it's burning me up! Oh, it's in all my cracks! All of my orifices are full of acid! Help! That's his turn. And now the cube.
It's really articulate for a guy getting broke.
Exactly. This cube
He's
can move
gracious.
3 spaces per turn, and it will do its best to drive into people. So, Birdman, it is going to drive into your spot.
I'm flying over the top.
You are not
Literally.
flying over the top.
I'm over the top.
You have to land and reach your arms in and pull.
You said I
and-
landed. I never said I landed.
I said your choices.
I went in from
Keep
the top
flying full
and grabbed
speed,
him.
and you're gonna go straight in that cube.
All right, do your thing.
All right, roll a
Even
dex
though you're
check
wrong.
to try and back up and stay away from it.
All right, 16 plus 18.
All right, so basically this is a little weird, but this is how it works. As it spends its 3 spaces of movement, every time it tries to move into your space, you're gonna have a dex check to say nope and keep backing up for free. Okay? So you're gonna back up. That was from his first 5 feet of movement. And then obviously you're right there. He's going to try it again. And you pass
15.
again, and he's going to try one more time. Because you're in melee
Why
with
is he
him,
just going towards me? There's a whole
You're
wad of
the
turkey
only
legs
one.
over there.
You're-
Like, with
You're
as
the
much
only
as
meal out of it.
the only person he can get to.
And you're
Alright,
pulling its
13.
meal out of it.
All right, so you see, you back up all 3 times. He is never able to get inside you to engulf you.
So to move this guy, it's a bonus action. So
Okay.
as a bonus action,
So you will keep your
can I
actions on each
follow
turn.
it.
No,
he
'cause it won't be your
disengaged
turn.
From the ball.
It's not a character. You don't disengage from it. But on its turn, on your next turn, you'll bonus action ram right back into it.
okay.
So you'll use your bonus every round, and you'll keep ramming them every round. That won't be a
Okay.
problem. All right. So yeah, if you can keep making DC 12 dex saves, you can just keep backpedaling out of its space.
Is the bird in the air higher than the cube?
It has a pseudopod attack, so it will attempt to pseudopod attack you. You're within 5 feet of it. So natural 20.
Oh,
It crits you.
bada bing.
Shame.
Boom. It does 66 acid damage to you.
Oh,
Well, I'm all done.
It'd normally be 3d6, but the crit doubles that, so boosh acid.
well, those are all
6,
fours.
10, 15, 22 acid damage.
Ooh, still alive.
Wow!
Oh yeah, 4?
Huh? Yeah, 4 items.
Damn.
Ooh.
Get in my belly! No, I don't want to. What if I'll crit you in the face?
All right. I know what I'm gonna do next round.
Alright, who's up?
Probably me, right? Everybody went except for me.
I have a 7 and a 3. Garnet went, the bird went, Leilana went, the Scream, the Cube. Oh, I just wrote the 7 in 2 places. Sorry. It is now Ren's turn.
Okay. I will stay farther away and shoot my hand crossbow at it.
Okay.
And I got 11.
11 will easily hit him.
Okay. Wait. 5.
5 damage.
Yep.
Pew! You shoot him with a little hand bullet. You assume it hurts him. It just goes boom through his
It
body.
makes a little wave on the outside.
Cool.
All right. Anything else you want to do?
Nope.
All right.
Bird looks in trouble, doesn't he?
The bird? Yeah, the bird got hit for the acid damage for reaching in and then crit in the face. But fortunately, he did double back very quickly, so... There is one more thing that happens that is a problem. Near that, in another space, this thing starts to ooze to the wall. A different type of ooze is also following that gelatinous cube.
Well,
Which I think I have a piece of paper for. I do.
Biggest face.
So, there's another. This is like an ooze. It's also large, even though my little picture looks small. But it is dark black. Resembles a mound of sticky black sludge. Okay, Garnet. Now 2 targets. Plus a man screaming, "Please help me out! I'm gonna
magic
die."
missile time.
Magic missile time?
Yep.
Alright. How many do you target on each of the cubes? Each of the oozes?
How much bigger is that one? Because you got a little one.
They're
Is it-
both large. They both have
Both
large
large?
bases. They're both oozes.
Maybe
I
I'll
mean,
do 1 to this one because there's a guy inside of it.
Sure.
And then I'll do 2 to the one that doesn't have anybody in its clutches.
If that's your logic.
So my first one will be
Right, if you're the only one trying to pull him out and you're already hurt, the guy's gonna die.
so here's the 1 to the first one.
Uh-huh.
4.
Okay. Remember, each dice is +1.
So it's 5.
So the cube takes 5 damage.
Cube takes 5, and now
Okay.
the unmanned cube
Mhm.
will take 2. 8
Jeez,
plus
perfect
2.
damage.
Yeah.
That's 10 more damage.
It's the first time I've rolled
So
well.
the black ooze takes 10 damage, the gelatinous cube takes 5 damage, and you sprayed some missiles around. Anything else you want to do?
No?
Alright. Who's next?
Grab.
It is
It's
Bird.
me. Alright, so I need to retreat because this turd fest over here.
Yep.
He's just gonna run off.
I mean, I gotta get away from the guy.
If you break melee, he's gonna whip at you again with his pseudopod.
Yeah, that might be half the. I gotta stay alive long enough to.
You do have some tricks and magic healing.
Heal. I was gonna say, let me look and see what I got.
You have your lay on hands. You can distribute it not only among yourself, but the guy's face. You can be like, "Duh!"
That's a long rest. You have a pool of healing that can restore 20 HP per long rest. As an action, you can touch a creature to restore any number of HP remaining to the pool. Yeah, let's do long rest.
So you have 20 total health you could distribute. Where do you want to put it?
I'm putting it all on me.
Okay. Do you like touch him so that he thinks you're involving him?
Not even getting
You're
close.
like, you just heal yourself for 20.
Alright, there we go.
Alright, you
That's
spend
me.
an action healing yourself for 20. Do you have anything to use your bonus action for?
Well, now that I got 20, what did I took 10 when I reached in there and tried to grab them.
Yeah.
Let me try to grab them again.
Well, that's an action again.
Alright, this is a bonus action, right?
Yeah, you cannot try to grab him as a bonus action.
No.
You've
Well,
used your action casting your spell, and now you have a bonus action, but there's only certain things you can do with it.
And I did.
I don't know what your tricks are, but normally no.
He doesn't have a section that says bonus.
Yeah, I don't see anything.
You may not have a bonus
Well, you
action.
can't
Why
shoot
do I
porcupine
I
quills.
asked if you had a
So-
way to use your bonus
Deceptive
action.
on the front
DM.
page.
The guy's dying.
I had bonus
I can't even, like,
on the front page
Okay,
of bonus
you can,
action.
I guess.
doesn't say anything about
Some of
bonus
your
action.
spell effects might give you a bonus action during their effect. Alright, Leilana.
You're a bonus action. You are more than
Do you remember the range on your flaming ball?
It was like
It's like 30 or 60.
30 feet, and I can move it 30 feet around. As
Right.
a bonus action.
Right, so he could probably hit both slimes.
Between both,
Why not? 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. You just ram it into both of them.
if you say I can.
That's
I
how the
will.
spell works. You get to drive that asshole around 30 feet around.
Okay, all right. But as my regular action, now here's one of my questions,
Okay.
especially with 5e.
Okay.
One of my spells takes a bonus action to cast, because I cannot use a regular action to cast this spell.
The official rules say no. It's hotly debated because your regular action is supposed to be better than your
And
bonus action.
longer, right?
But there are some bullshits you can make with using double bonus actions, so that's why the official answer is no.
Sure.
As long as what you're trying to do doesn't feel lame as hell, which is what they're trying to prevent. Like, well, if Misty Step's a bonus action, then I'll action another Misty Step, and you're like, oh, piss off.
Right.
But what's the normal thing you're trying to do with your bonus action?
No, but I think they both require concentrate, so it is.
That would be a bigger problem.
Yes.
I'm okay with downgrading actions. Some people aren't, as long as the result isn't lame.
So I would like
Spiritual
to
weapon.
call up Spiritual Weapon, which does say when you cast, you get that freebie attack, but moving it requires a bonus action.
Yeah, I'll allow it. I'll allow you to cast Spiritual Weapon for your bonus attack. But are you saying you agree that on future turns you'll have a conflict
Right.
of which one to command?
Yes, exactly.
Okay, that's fair.
But yeah, so as my regular action, I will bring in the Spiritual Weapon,
Okay.
which the initial casting does give you that
Yeah, it
freebie
attacks.
attack.
Yeah, it attacks immediately.
Yep. All right, cool. And it does 1d8 plus my spell casting, but I got a hit. All right.
See, the reason this doesn't really matter is because you could just attack it with your energy weapon with that
Right.
action. So what are you getting out of your spiritual weapon in this case?
My energy weapon? What do you mean?
You have that magic shield that you can shoot as an energy attack and do
Yeah.
radiant damage.
13 plus whatever my spell casting modifier.
He's
So
very
hit.
easy to hit. He's a big cube.
And it's 8 plus my spell casting.
See, that one's not a
modifier.
gelatinous cube, but it is black, so that looks rad.
You're welcome.
But don't think it's a gelatinous cube, because it's not.
2 plus whatever the hell spell bonus attacks plus 6. Wait, what?
Yeah, it's pretty big.
All right.
Should be your wisdom
So
plus
8.
your proficiency.
8.
Okay.
With
8
that-
damage.
Yep.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna drop the ball. And I guess if you say I can ping pong it between the two,
If
I will.
it just has to move into people's spaces,
Yeah.
and then they get a dex check when you move it into their spaces.
Right. Actually, yeah, it only has to be 5 away from them.
Oh, it burns at 5 feet? I thought you had to
5 foot.
ram them with it.
You can, but it also says it burns at 5 feet. It's ambiguous. I will read it, and
Yeah, I've just used the spell many times, and I always thought I had to drive it into enemy spaces.
it says that, but it also that's what I'm talking
Well,
about.
it acts like you have to cast it within 5 feet of a. Or you can cast it within 5 feet of a target.
Ooh, gurgle, gurgle, gurgle.
The heavy gun.
Flaming spear. All right, 5-foot spear. Fire appears in an
That's what your
unoccupied
drip
square.
force sounds
So
like.
it's
It's a square, yeah.
range, yep. Lasts the duration. Any
Still
creature that
clear
ends its
liquid,
turn within
so
5
it's
feet must make
still
exact
a
save
bucket.
or
There you
take
go.
2d6 fire damage on a failed save or half as much.
So that's if they stay next
At
to
the end
it,
of this
because
quest,
they
it's
ended
just gonna
their
be the
turn
bottle
next
with
to
a
it.
straw coming
As a
out.
bonus action, you can move it up to 30
Hey,
feet.
might as well.
Not worried
Ram
about
the spear
green
into the
cup
creature.
anymore.
That creature must make a saving throw against the damage.
Right. So if
And then
they
the spear-
stand next to it, they get burned, and if you ram them with it, they get burned.
Right.
And it could happen twice if they can't move.
Sure.
But generally, they'll move away from it, and they're not going to hit twice.
Right.
So you ram it with your on your turn.
Sure.
All right. So you ram it in the first one. You ram it in the second one. You obviously have the 30 feet movement to do that. The first one fails miserably. The second one fails miserably. So both deck saves fail.
I rolled 8 2 different ways, so they each take 8.
They each take 8. Gelatinous cube is real sizzling,
Going to Sizzlers.
and the black cube is also sizzling.
Jeez.
You guys want to go Sizzler after this?
Right?
That's it. When you're too bougie for Golden Corral, but
And
don't
you
quite
want
have
even
that.
cheaper steak?
for Golden Corral.
What is it?
There's an
Sizzler?
old
Sizzler.
The
Is that what I was
Western
about to say?
Sizzler?
I've
It's
never
a-
heard
It's
of
a buffet
it.
before
You don't
your
know
time.
what Sizzler is?
No.
Man,
Buffet
Wow.
before her
I
time.
haven't
She's
seen a
young.
Sizzler in a
Yeah.
minute. Is that even still in
You're
existence?
right. It's, they kind of faded away.
Yeah.
They
I can't
were
imagine
like
why.
they were really nice. No, let me finish my description.
Worse than Golden
They
Corral?
they were a really nice seafood restaurant, but a low tier, really nice seafood restaurant. You know what I mean? So like, if
Really
you're-
nice?
That's what I'm saying. If
Like-
you're poor and you want to splurge for a nice meal,
Is that
you go
because it
to
was on
Sizzler.
the coast
Yeah.
of California?
It's
I was about to
it's
say, I don't know
it's
what
a
it looked like out
fancy
there in
place
Cali.
at
There's
the
nothing
lowest
fancy about
tier.
The Sizzler.
No, that's what I'm saying.
That's like saying, you know,
if
that
you
new
were if you were
Then-
poor, you splurge to go to Sizzler once a year. Like
but
that's
not for
before, like, couldn't even afford
seafood.
boat
Well,
before
maybe
boat
maybe
goes.
they had shrimp on
Yeah,
something.
They, didn't-
I don't know.
They weren't big
That
seafood
wasn't
up north.
seafood either. Yeah, that thing was hot
Sizzler
garbage
wasn't
all the way-
seafood.
It was steak.
Yeah, it's a steakhouse.
Crappy steak.
That's the
is.
sizzle in the
Sizzler.
Sizzler.
Thank
it's
you,
the
sir.
steak.
No. Sizzler, their appetizers are always like crab and shrimp and lobster
They're-
mac and.
We're on two
What
different
What were their main,
wavelengths.
Yeah.
what were their main
We're on
courses?
two wavelengths.
Steaks?
The most common item was like shrimp plates, but you
Wow.
could
Nope.
definitely get a crab,
Hey,
a
Stream,
lobster.
just so
Must
you
have
know,
been
Sizzler
something
has nothing
in
to do with
Washington
seafood. Don't be
State.
confused. Just so we understand.
Am I thinking of Red Lobster and thinking
Yes,
it's
you are totally thinking of
that makes way more sense.
They had those Cheddar Bay biscuits.
That thing, yes.
Oh, that was that one. Dang, who's drinking the rum over there? What?
All right, yeah. Everything I said, I meant Red Lobster. Have you heard of Red Lobster?
Wow.
Yeah.
There you go.
If you took Red Lobster and jammed it together with Ponderosa, which you probably don't remember, that's the Sizzler.
With this. Dang, the Ponderosa.
Yeah.
In my neighborhood, they're gonna
You're
turn up
absolutely
by
right.
the
I'm
DC
thinking
Sniper.
of Red Lobster, but I'm thinking it's called Sizzler.
Remember the DC Sniper?
Well, the names are
Yeah.
so similar.
He hit up a Ponderosa.
Okay.
So what is
Okay.
Ponderosa like then?
It was a really bad, like,
That's a really-
buffet. Well, you bought a steak, but then you got access to this buffet.
Jeez.
Right? But the steak was really cheap because it was low grade meat.
That was like.
And the
gray
buffet
meat.
was actually halfway decent.
I'm about to turn this chicken into low grid meat.
Yeah, I'm about to
Yeah.
say.
So,
All right, we
As
did
you know,
damage
you're
these
probably about to
guys.
turn into a shrimp.
It is. It is the Scream's turn. The guy takes 21 more damage. He's at 42 damage, so he's probably
dead.
dead. He has the stats of a veteran. So could you look up veteran in the monster manual? It may not be in there because it might be in the PHP. But if you can find out the stats of a veteran, you will find out if he has more than 42 life or not.
This is LJ in Europe. It's like, what the crap are these guys?
All right, monsters.
miles away.
Oh, he's just down the street. Who's the guy that?
The gelatinous cube.
No, that's
Oh.
Gelatinous cube is obviously going to ram in you, bird.
You gotta save that.
Again? Oh,
Yeah.
You're in melee with it. He can try 3
okay,
times,
stupid
and he's not so stupid. He's not going to try to angle himself for the rest of the party.
Alright, let's go.
Emperor.
5, 10, 15.
it might be under.
So he's going to go like this.
Or in the
21 for the first one.
Okay.
So like a
He's going to try it one more time.
How about a crit for the second one?
Okay.
For hit points.
And then, no, hold on, no, he's not going after you a third time. He moves like this for the third one.
Oh, wow.
Because he's close enough to all of them. He's like, aha!
Does that mean he disengages with me from battle?
58.
screen.
All right. He's got a little bit of life left.
Weird.
You can't let him take another poison or acid tick or he'll die.
We've been trying.
No, one guy's been trying.
Oh.
You shot it with a missile. It's not going to get the guy out.
I'm trying to disintegrate.
You take 10 damage to stick
the
your arms in
jello
and
around him.
pull him out.
You can just kill him and then he gets out that way.
Maybe.
Also true.
I mean,
That's
I'm
true.
thinking like
I've seen
this
it in the
gelatinous
cartoon.
cube is just
Maybe.
like shrinking and shrinking. He's like,
That's true, maybe. That's how it works.
help.
You can spend an action pulling this guy
the
out.
one to pull him out. I feel like I am. Huh.
Well, I mean,
Now, what kind of barbarian were you? In the original game, you were the one that gave you resistance to every type of energy. Remember? So you could run through fire. But then you might have changed it when you rebuilt your character.
I didn't rebuild my character. The only thing I changed was I took away that whole like I run away from things whenever things go bad.
Okay. But at 3rd level, you picked what type of barbarian you are. Are you still like a barbarian of the bear or whatever that is?
Yeah, it'd be the same.
So read what that benefit is. While raging, you have resistance to all damage types except psychic. So you, when you're enraged, can ignore elemental damage, which is very special about your type of barbarian. So something like 10 acid damage, it's only 5 for you.
Okay.
And you have 50 health. You can basically swim in him for 10 rounds.
So that's halving it for anything too? Like all the past fights it would have been half?
When you're raging, a normal barbarian would have damage from like attacks, right? Stabbing and piercing and
Oh, okay,
being
so
shot.
this just
So
adds the other stuff.
this has all the elemental spectrums. So
Okay.
you're gonna have fire, you're gonna have lightning, you're gonna have poison, you're gonna have acid, you're gonna have all the elements, right? Where normal barbarians don't do that, the bear has the elements as well.
Okay.
So keep in mind that if you're like, and you rage, Paul, you'll only take 5 acid damage because your health pool. You're not so worried about that.
Okay. Maybe I just won't anyway.
Maybe you just want
I'll
to
take my
wait.
turn just watching.
Exactly. Okay, that's the gelatinous cube is done. It's the barbarian. You're up.
Oh, okay. I kind of wish that I made my character like
Mean.
like I just don't
What do you
care
need?
about this.
Oh, we're all going crazy in the Underdark. You can start being mean.
probably needs to
I
get
Pull it
guess,
back
yeah.
Just be mean. Be the character you want to be.
Oh, I'm able to.
There you go.
Art, isn't that the point of the damn game?
language.
Okay. Well, all right. I'm gonna try to go pull this guy out.
Why? You don't want to.
No, I just think it would be funny in this moment. Like, me, as me, thinks it would be funny if my character did that. But, like, I get the point of, like, you know, we should do something good.
We
so
want
that
to
we get
impress
to the
these
point
people.
of what we want to do.
But does your character want to?
I mean, I'm neutral. I'm chaotic neutral.
So you can do literally whatever you want.
Yeah, but I know if we don't do this, we're
No,
gonna
the
have to do
game
something
will
else
work
stand
out. Right. The game will work itself out.
It's cool. I'm gonna do it.
So do what you think is more funny.
I'm gonna run and I'm gonna try to pull him out.
All right.
So
So where is your little character? You go, ah, and you run around. Are you enraging?
yeah.
Okay. And you run over to him. Oh, he didn't use his pseudopod. He should have attacked Leilana with a pseudopod. Hey, James,
What up?
I forgot to attack you with my pseudopod.
Sure.
So I attacked you for a miss. Worked itself out.
So
Don't even have to die.
There you go.
No retro.
Worked itself
pseudo
out.
acting.
I can retroactively miss.
Yes.
All right, so
it's
you
like
rage.
this Time machine.
Yeah.
Depends on where you're sitting at the Sizzler.
I did mean Red
that
Lobster.
really is the Red Lobster.
When we were joking about going to Sizzler, I was thinking about going to Red Lobster.
Oh man,
I'm trying to think
Anyway.
of the last time was I saw a Sizzler. Now I'm googling it.
I've never been to Red Lobster.
Roll your first death save. You have to roll a d20 and get a 10 or better. Okay, so you take a
Nope.
death bubble. So here, this is your success and your failures.
Yep.
You just lightly fill in that first death bubble. All right, Bird.
All right, we're still hitting this guy. I guess
It
I
is
have
still
to
alive.
fly in.
You gave it inspiration.
Can I go help Garnet? I probably could help Garnet, huh?
Any form of magical healing will get her conscious. Any form of medical attention will stabilize her, magical or not. But if left alone, she'll have to make death checks every round, and she could naturally stabilize or she could naturally die.
Do we know how much health he's got left?
You do not.
How squatty is he? You were trying to qualify his health by.
About the same as the other one.
So he's probably down to about 80% death.
If he has about the same amount of life, he's taking a little less damage than that last one did before you, so maybe 70. But you're chopping him up.
All right. Well, she's got 2 death rolls, so I'll come back and save her the second round. So let me hit her with the same magic longsword.
Okay.
All right, so here we go.
So you fly into melee with that monster?
Yeah, let's go for it.
All right. Can you put the little guy in
That's
melee?
not a great roll. 6
I
plus
think
my.
even a 6 will hit because he has very low armor class.
Oh yeah. Okay.
He's an ooze. He can't move.
Well, that's
You
okay.
try to leave him just out of melee. You're like, okay, I'll get
All
him
right,
melee.
6.
Okay, so what are you doing?
I'm gonna
You're
hit him.
stabbing him with your magic
Oh yeah, I'm
longsword?
hitting on 6+.
All right.
All right.
It hits for sure.
And then let's go. Can I run the whole same bonus action thing that we did last
You're
time?
going to smite again.
Yeah, let's smite him again.
Okay.
Oh, my 8's go.
So pick which of your 2 8s are the radiant and which one is the actual weapon.
Okay. Let's go with our ducky and.
The duck is your actual weapon.
Yeah, it's. Actually, no, we'll go with just our.
Okay, pink's your real
Whimsyshire.
weapon. Okay.
Whimsyshire is going 7
Okay.
plus 4.
So as you slat and then roll your radiant.
And then radiant, here we go, ducky and. Ooh, ducky's 1, liquid core is 8.
So you've done 9 radiant damage.
9 radiant.
So as you slash down into this pudding, it's like this is what it was hoping for. And you cut
11.
into it, and it just splits into 2 oozes. And he's immune to all the damage from your sword. But the radiant damage still gets through. Giving him 9 more damage is 67, and then the monster splits. So there are now 2 of them again. So you need to put another... Actually, no, they're 1 step smaller. So now you use these smaller oozes. Here you go. So he splits from 1 giant ooze into 2 smaller oozes. Now the problem with these nasty oozes is that their acid is so potent. That's just more sources of this super nasty acid. Also, his corrosive body melts your sword, but being a magical sword, you don't give 2 shits.
It's safe.
Splam. Okay, you split it in half. They're both very low life, but they're extremely dangerous. Leilana.
Yep. The ooze didn't do its thing.
The ooze went at the top of the round and killed Garnet.
Oh, well, during its turn, it took 8 more damage because it didn't move.
It could have moved, and it killed Garnet, and then it would have moved away to go after you guys, and there wasn't anyone else adjacent. I don't want to be a jerk, but I don't think he would have stayed there, because he killed Garnet and then would have moved on to a player. So he actually should be in melee with Ren. All of this should be happening in melee with whatever was next in line, because he
One
killed
or
Garnet.
both?
It could've
There was
moved
only
this.
one at the time.
Right, but it could have moved into those four
Yes,
squares.
that's more correct. And now he's gone to there to melee it.
Sure, you would have. No problem.
So do you want to ram it with the fireball?
Yep. I'll just
boom.
park it right there.
Okay, so you ram into them, and so now the same damage. Yeah, whatever that damage would have been.
What
Each of them, an 18 probably actually passes. It's a 15 total. Your DC is not 15. It would be 10 plus your spell modifier. You probably have a DC 14. Even if it's 15, he passes. So one of them actually passes.
Okay. Well,
Is
I
it
did
half
8,
or 0?
So it's half.
Okay.
One takes 8, the other one takes 4.
All right. So one is down to 10 health and one is down to 14 health.
Yep. And then I will, as my actual action, because that's a bonus action. Get enough. He's within melee of me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not worried about it. Actually, I'm staying within melee, so
Yeah.
it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I'll reach down and touch Garnet.
Okay.
And give her a cure light,
Okay.
which
D8 plus 4.
10.
Okay, you gain 10 magical health, and because it's magical, you instantly become awake. You're still on the ground, but you're conscious immediately.
Okay.
All right. The cube is dead. The screaming is done. Ren. So they're both very low life, but they're extremely dangerous because they just killed Garnet in 2 swings. So you're afraid that this acid might actually start wrecking the party now that it's in melee with all you guys.
Yeah. And I don't want to use my sword because mine's not magic.
It would melt your sword a little.
Yeah. Gonna just shoot another bow, I guess. Actually, can I, I'll step back a little bit and then shoot my arrow? At
You
the
can,
one?
but stepping away from it will give it a free swing.
That's what did we get?
No, you never gave it a free swing. You didn't get away because you were afraid of the free swing.
Okay, I'll just stay there and shoot my bow at it then.
Okay.
3.
You.
Well, wait. 5.
You actually miss.
Okay.
Do another one.
But you are raged.
Do it again.
All right, the oozes. Wow, they're actually going to get a turn on you guys. So one is right next to Leilana.
Mm-hmm.
It swings at you for a critical.
Cool.
Holy doly jolies. Now this is a question. I think it does. It does critical everything. Wow. So that means the acid doubles, which is incredibly dangerous. I need 8 d8s. 1,
Perfect.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All of this plus 3 damage.
Wait, that's a 6.
10. Yeah, his regular hits the 6.
Okay.
2 of them are 6s. So that's 10, 15, 20, 28, 31,
R.I.P.
38, 39 damage. Oh, plus 3. 42 damage.
Okay.
Does it down you?
Yep.
He's down for the count.
Woo! This thing is on fire.
That's just one of them.
It was a critical. Yes, yeah. It was one swing, but it was the critical. Is this my dice?
I don't know.
Figure it out. So it whacks into Leilana. Did you have any armor?
Yep.
Your armor is 1 AC worse forever. It like burns into the armor. What is the type of armor it is? Would have been like a chain or something.
Yeah, something like that.
So now it's like a chain that's 1 AC worse than it would have been.
Right.
So you have permanently degraded armor.
Studded leather.
Is it well? But after getting equipped, it probably wasn't studded leather, was it? Anyway, this piece of armor is in bad shape. It probably was like a +3 armor, and now it's like a +2 armor. Oh yeah, you have light armor because your dex is so high that you don't necessarily have heavy armor.
Does it wreck the shield?
I don't think so. No.
Okay.
And the shield would have been magical.
Okay.
It just says your armor that you're wearing gets broken down.
Okay.
Okay, it will stay there and get burned by your fire. Well, actually, you have to make a concentration check that is unpassable because you're unconscious.
Correct.
So your fire is gone.
Yep.
Your spiritual weapon, ironically, stays.
But-
It just doesn't move.
Yeah.
If you get 14 armor class, you need to replace that armor because the armor is now acid burned.
Okay.
Okay? G. That is Garnet. You're second. No, you're conscious. You're on your
Yeah.
butt. You've been knocked back. But you wake up because Leilana's little caressing touch.
Yep.
And as you kind of become conscious again, over your shoulder, you're like, "Oh, Leilana must have healed you." Then Leilana hits the ground.
Why did they go after me?
They always go after you. The gelatinous
They
cube
were
went
first?
before you. No, they were off the map. They didn't exist.
We
in
were
the first
like
2 rounds.
numero uno,
So
and then boom, boom,
Then
boom,
after
everybody.
you, it got added to the list
Okay,
off
so
the map, and then it placed. And then on the next round, it started acting.
Okay,
So
I see.
the bottom and the top of the loop are the same. I just put it at the top. Okay, Garnet. So now Leilana is down, and you are conscious.
Can I do?
I assume you want to get up. It takes half your movement, but
Yep.
that's not going to really matter. So you have 15 movement left.
Can I scoot forward and do, or I guess stay there and do burning hands? And but it's a
You
touch. Isn't
absolutely can. No, Burning
Or
Hands is the cone.
it?
and it will-
Verbal and S.
If you have a Burning Hands, this is the perfect time to Burning Hands because they're both
Yep.
very low health. They have 10 and 14. So if you can do 10 damage with 3d6, you'll knock out at least one of them. And they both fail their test. So 3d6 damage, unless you're upcasting it.
No.
This might be the perfect time to upcast. Okay.
3, 7, 8.
8 damage.
Plus what? Is there any?
Nope.
Nope.
So one has 2 life and one has 6 life. They are barely alive. All right, do you want to run away or back up or do a bonus action? I don't know if you have any.
I mean, a bonus action is convert sorcery points. So not really.
Okay. Bird.
Alright, let's
They are extremely small.
Yeah, they're extremely small.
One has 2 health and one has 6 health.
Yeah.
So do you
Can
have
I
a
hit
way
them
of
both
hitting?
with my longsword at the same time?
No.
Because it's a really long sword and they're really small. So
It needs to be a
seems like
longer sword. You only have a long sword, not a longer sword.
Slightly longer.
It's a, yeah. Alright, well, let's hit him with my long sword.
We had
Let's see.
4 inches of rainfall last night. Ladies, is that a lot? Is not a lot?
12.
Oh.
I don't get it. 12. He's hit, yes?
12 hits, sure.
Alright. And then we won't need to do the magic since we're just doing the deal. What was the good one last time? Let's go with Ducky again. Give him another chance.
So you're not smiting.
8.
You remember this thing's immune to your hits,
No, it's a magic sword.
but you're slashing with a magic sword. It's magically sharp, and you can't slash them.
What if he's...
Only your radiant
Magically
damage
fire.
did damage.
I gotta do the radiant thing again? That's not gonna be my last one for this one. Alright, that's fine.
If
So
you
we're
don't kill it, you're all gonna die.
You're gonna die. Alright, 4 and 2.
That's exactly enough to kill one of them.
Okay.
So you hit the one with 6 with your radiant smash. It splits again, but of course it can't because it has 0 health. And so now that one's dead.
Back to you, Red.
Does
Yes.
anything happen?
No, it's Leilana's turn, but make a death save.
17.
Okay, you have 1 plus. Obviously, I don't expect to go 5 rounds till you're healed, but it is what it is. Okay, Garnet. You've got to do 2 damage to this thing.
Well, Garnet's over here.
Oh.
I'm sorry.
Garnets are...
You-
Ren,
Yeah.
how are you going to do 2 damage to this thing?
2 damage?
What can you do that's 2 damage?
So did I switch my short sword out for the great sword, or I have both?
You have both.
Okay.
Want to sacrifice that short sword to killing this black pudding?
I guess I'll shoot another.
The potential of your piercing bolt to not... Wait. You can't slash it anyway because it's immune to slashing.
It's immune to slashing.
Yeah. When the paladin struck it with his sword and split it, The radiant damage went through, but the basic damage did nothing to it.
Oh, okay.
So piercing it might be the only thing you got.
I mean, that's what I thought, but then y'all kept saying, "Oh, you can use your greatsword. You have a greatsword."
Honestly, you can just punch it. It'll just burn you. You don't care. It dies because you have +3 base damage.
I'll use my bow, because also I'm slightly away from it, right?
Yes.
So I guess it'd still attack me first, though, right?
Yeah. You need a non-slashing attack. So punch
Whatever.
or shoot.
I'm gonna shoot it with my crossbow.
Alright, do it.
That's a 9.
Good.
Well, 11.
All you need is like a 2 to hit it, and you rolled a 1 or whatever.
I wish I knew which one rolled best. I haven't figured it out yet.
Well, even a 1 gets +1 damage, so you
Oh.
can't fail.
That's a 5.
6
Can
damage.
that
You
just count?
kill it.
Okay.
It's dead. A 1 would have worked. As long as you hit it with a not slashing attack.
Okay.
You kill the black pudding. It is
I
dead.
saved everybody.
You all gain 400 experience.
Yay.
But experience doesn't matter, so. You gain a pointless amount of experience.
Was that worth it to save some random guy that already ran away?
Well, it was going to come kill
Absolutely
you
not.
Let me tell
either
you
way.
what, I'm about to.
As soon as I get up, I'm going to find him and make him pay for my armor.
I want to just go
Okay.
kill him.
The bigger question is, how are you getting James conscious, or are you making him do death saves?
No, I'll do. I'll heal him.
With what?
I do healing hands on him.
You used all of your spells, and you used all of your healing touch on
Oh,
yourself.
I did. Oh, I did it because I killed that other guy. Yeah. Well, then I'm gonna look longingly at him and hope he.
Did you spend all of your smites attacking?
I did 3. Yeah.
You literally don't have a way to heal him?
No,
Uh-oh.
Sorry.
Does anyone have a potion?
not for James.
All I have to do is stabilize the cleric, and the
Right.
rest of it will take care of
At
itself.
least. Okay, who has the best medicine check? Medicine's a wisdom-based skill.
I have -1.
I don't want to brag, but I got 0.
Garnet has a 2.
Yes. She's got +2.
Oh, she is back up. Okay.
Yep. She's got +2 on medicine.
Let me possess Garnet for a moment. Garnet,
Yep.
the fight is over.
Woo!
The paladin spent all of his magical healing on himself and his smites. We don't have a way to magically heal James, and no one has a potion. So we are looking at you to see if you have any ways to heal. And if you do not, which I don't believe you. Also, you gotta remember to do your wild magic stuff.
Dang it, I always forget.
I'm not gonna remember. No.
Do it, girl.
It's when you want to roll a 1 on every single spell, and you're in the Fezris, so it's like a 1 or a 2.
Well, since nobody's helping me, I'll just roll another.
So
But that's
you
still not like
you don't have a healing
healing.
spell, but you can use your medicine check and stabilize him.
Do anything, I'm sorry.
Okay.
Roll a d20 plus 2 to stabilize James.
Yes. 11 plus
You
2.
get him
13.
stabilized. He is unconscious, and you guys are going to need to find some place to rest.
Welcome.
Guards, of course, come too late to fight the cubes with you,
Oh, convenient.
but
huh?
they show up.
Conveniently.
Yes, this is heroism 101. When the heroes are there, the guards aren't going to win the fight. They come running. Oh, we heard there was a calamity and one of our guards almost died and you saved him. Oh, a hero of the guard. And they praise you and they thank you and they say, what can we do to help? Thank you for killing. And they look at these things and they're smart enough to know these are not regular, like, shitty little cubes like you fight all the time in the Underdark. These were powerful monsters. So yeah, they offer aid. They obviously have James that's unconscious now. They offer to take him to the barracks, and they give him a proper plot. If you guys want that, they can give him a proper bed in the barracks and help him rest.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind that. Maybe some healing potions.
We can offer some of those for sure.
Maybe some new armor from what got fucked up.
Absolutely. The barracks is at your disposal.
And then help us get out of here, because I don't want that to happen again.
The guy says,
I'll
like,
find another one.
this has been happening a lot lately. They haven't been this nasty, this strong of ooze, but we have been plagued by oozes for months. But he says that people need to hear about these deeds because you saved that guard, and you know who knows how many people would have been eaten by these things if you guys weren't there to stop them. And so he says he will do his best to get you an audience with the Digger, whatever his name is, the Digger Mattock, Dorbo Digger Mattock. He's like, he should hear about this. This was very important, and you guys helped us. And he says he'll do what he can do. Okay. So, they offer you healing potions if you want to heal him immediately, and he doesn't even need bed rest. Because that was, you said, can we get healing potions? They would have a couple, and they're willing to give that to you guys.
Yeah, you
So,
can use one.
Just use it right away. All right, 2d4 plus 4, I believe. James, you get 10 magical healing from a healing potion.
Okay.
So they'll say they give you guys 2 of them, and you use one on James. So the
Yep.
party has a healing potion. Okay.
All right.
Somebody mark that. One of you two should. Actually, yeah.
All right, Ren takes it.
There you go.
All right, James is conscious, and the guard can certainly replace your damaged equipment. So what have you guys got? A leather armor that can be
Studded
replaced.
leather.
Studded leather that can be replaced, no problem. What else was melted?
Yeah.
Your clothes. They don't.
Yeah, so I get my armor.
What was it though?
Leather armor.
Yeah, they have leather armor for sure. If it's regular leather armor, and of course, the other people like the Dorbo could get your real equipment replaced as well.
You call it Dorbo.
You call it Dorbo.
Right.
All right, so what do you guys want to do now?
Level up.
You're already
Got a slide. I'm gonna upcast
Just
Cure Light
kidding.
Wounds for 1 shy of max.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I definitely need
15.
my bird.
15.
Oh. I guess we could have all rested.
Well, would you guys like to rest in the barracks?
Yeah.
Or continue to tour the city? Or try to get a meeting with Dorbo?
No. Say watermelon.
Ooh.
I think it was extra funny because I was distracted by the random say watermelon. I was like, what is this? What?
What does watermelon do?
Oh, if you need to sneeze, if you say watermelon, 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 then it makes your sneeze go away.
Oh,
Y'all never did that?
goodness gracious.
Oh, that's-
Grapefruit.
That's a thing, yeah.
It was
Stronger than
say
the hope hair in the
grapefruit.
air?
I don't know. I think you have to like scream watermelon for that to not.
That's it.
Depends on how loud
You
the
gotta-
sneeze is
you
going
gotta
to be.
Shout the hope. You gotta shout the hope out.
Either way, he's screaming if he sneezes or not.
All right, what would you guys like to do?
Yeah, let's rest.
Rest.
Okay, you guys
Heal
rest
up.
in the barracks. You can stay as long as you want. They're very hospitable.
We can heal up.
They thank you for saving their friend.
Yeah.
What was that?
Who is
Staying in the barracks is far below me. I will find an inn that caters to tall people
okay?
and stay there. I have the money
You're
not
tall?
to sleep in to gnomes, to deep gnomes. I am exceedingly tall.
So you ask around.
There.
They tell you that Section 9
I don't give a shit.
is the food cave, kind of like that's where the
Sleep where
food
you
comes
got
from.
a head to lay down.
15 is something else. 16 would be the tavern. Way over here.
Oh,
Wow, that's way over there.
can we teleport?
Where?
can fly.
Oh,
Yeah.
Another for sure.
there's 15.
You guys
That's
can
where I
travel
want
the
to go.
city. You want to go to 15?
You said 15 was
To the
what?
tavern.
16
Talk to the
tavern.
people. Oh. Dang it. I thought you said 15 was
Well, I didn't. I said 16.
Alright,
I don't know why that matters.
whatever.
All right, so
Sleeping, I'm rested, I'm
you
healed.
travel through 12. This is the residential network with all these
That's
little hovels
crazy.
and homes, and you wander through the homes, and people looking out little windows. And, who the hell are these people? And the guard are like, no, they're heroes. Trying to like save your prayer, chant your prayers. I'm not saying that expression right. There's something. Chant your good deeds, and then you guys come all the way back to 16, and you find a little inn called the Foaming Mug.
Excellent.
It is literally an inn to house foreign guests visiting Blingdenstone.
Oh,
There you
perfect.
go. Do you want to tell your party they shouldn't have slept in the barracks? Because they're all in the barracks.
Wait. Oh, wait, what?
James
I don't
said,
know,
if
go
you
with
guys
it.
are sleeping in the barracks, I'm leaving and finding an inn.
Oh.
But now retroactively, we all want to be in the inn, right?
Because we're all human size.
we're all going
and this
to
is
the
a dwarf.
A gnome.
A gnome.
Yes. I'm
So
not-
I'd be fine.
You would be
Living
fine.
quarters.
You're still in a barracks. It's still like a drafty barracks room.
Right.
All right. Yeah, this place is abandoned and shut down, but it has a now open sign right over the door.
New management.
They picked
Right.
that up when they heard it.
Now open. New management.
All right. He come you as you enter. He goes, "Oh, welcome. I knew reopening would work. You're the first guest we've had in a while, but there's a reason I reopened this place. My food and goods are meager, but we have rooms that are not small.
That is what I am looking for.
We have comfortable beds, and we have 2 separate hot springs for bathing and relaxation. And there are no other guests on property, so the place is yours."
All right.
So he lets you, whoever's there, you all have the run of the place to yourselves. I don't think it says exactly how many rooms there are, but you might have to double bunk a little, but you have the inn to yourselves.
Perfect.
Would you like beer? I can offer you.
course.
I just give him coins and say, serve me a meal and drinks in the hot spring.
Sure.
I don't even
That's no problem.
just bring it to me.
Yeah, that's fine. They can do that. So you go sit in the hot spring.
Yes.
Bird, do you sit in the hot spring?
We gotta go.
Oh,
Boiled
man, we're
chicken.
boiling this
Are you
chicken.
boiling that shit? You flying?
Boil that chicken.
I don't get in the hot spring because I'm flying.
No, I'm flying.
You can't feel the hot
Over
spring
today.
because it's beneath you. 'cause
I'm
you're
actually
flying.
like just hovering in the water, though. I'm not allowing my.
You
tail
get the
feathers to
magical
rest up on the
vapors
sea.
from it.
I don't let them pluck me.
That's it.
He gives you Dark Ale Stout, which is an ale that they get from the Durgars of Mantle Dareth.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know if you've ever been to Mantle Dareth, but this place is... And he has like some bullshit story. And you're like,
Sure.
I've just been there and this is just a lot.
Right.
This is what we tell travelers, because what are the odds
Right.
they've been to Mantle Dareth?
Yeah.
I've literally just been to one place in the Underdark, and it's been Mantle Dareth.
So I'll act like he's the most important man ever while he's describing it.
Yes. His name is Tappy Foamstrap.
Dude.
I didn't make
Yes.
I didn't make this up.
Tappy what?
I wish I had made up Tappy Foamstrap.
Foam strap.
Yeah, I don't even have a better word.
Oh my god.
Mm.
Oh, it says a girl. She peppers them. Tappy
That makes it
Foamstrap's a
even
girl.
worse.
Yeah, I thought that was a guy's name. Whatever.
Look, kid.
She has a very masculine
Parents
name.
hated her.
I know.
That's it.
So yeah, she asks about what you guys are doing, where you guys are up to, where you're going next. Have you ever been anywhere? You know, just
Oh, we've been
bored
there.
and wants to talk.
Mm-hmm.
She is full of rumors and hearsay, and she has no one to talk to. So if you guys want the list, we can go down the list, but by all means ask your questions.
What can you tell us about going upside?
Oh, upside. Well, I know that we can go upside, but, you know, we haven't left this city since it's been in ruins for decades. But obviously Dorbo would be able to give you access to the surface world.
Who? Dorbo?
Who?
Oh, Dorbo?
Who?
The
Who? This is the most important Schmurfnerblin there's ever been.
Dorbo, because he controls the doors.
Dorbo. Got it.
Yeah, it's called Access Grand Turbo.
Yeah.
So,
Bob the doorman.
could you tell us the story of the last people that tried to go up?
Remember the joke that they don't know their own history? Dorbo's the only king we've ever had. We've never had a king before. We're about to have a king for the very first time in the history of Snurfnerblins.
Was that to dodge my question?
No, but she wouldn't know who the last people... You mean the last people that have been to the surface?
Yeah, that tried to go up to the surface through this town.
They have regular contact with the surface, don't
Yeah.
they?
Right. Blingdenstone has regular contact with the surface. Blingdenstone was destroyed 50 years ago.
So,
there's no
since-
regularness to the regular, but there obviously is an access point.
To which her answer would probably be, people come and go all the time.
Yeah. It's never been done, but we know it's been done.
Okay.
But
50 years before.
Dorbo must obviously be in control of that access point because he's in control of all the operations of Blingdenstone these days.
Okay. What is Dorbo like?
I've never met him. He's the king.
Oh my god. Okay, what rumors do you know that would be helpful to us?
It's a freaking bone here.
Loot him! Loot!
Would you like to know the most important people in Blingdenstone?
Oh yeah, sure.
Dorbo. The list is one. Now, Dorbo Digger Mattock is the presumed new king. He's the leader of the mining expeditions. His wife/queen, I don't know if they're married, they could be brothers, I don't know. But she is Senny Digger Mattock. She's the leader of the settling faction and going to be the presumed new queen. There is a girl named Nomi Pathshutter. She's an earth elemental wrangler. I don't know why it's telling me
what?
that. But
Naomi what?
You don't need to write all this down, but there's a girl named Nomi.
You gotta know her.
And she's
She wrangles earth elementals. So I guess
Path Shutter, does that not mean something?
path shutter. Path
you said that was
shutter.
her
They
last
shut
name?
paths. Yeah, it sounds like she shuts down paths. Normally, the earth
Wrangles
elementals would be used
earth.
to clear.
element.
So she's probably in charge of the path clearing expedition, which might be relevant because you guys are trying to go to the surface. Just looking ahead, maybe that's the problem. That the road's blocked. That's why Nomi path shutter might be very important.
Okay.
I want to verify what 15 is. You guys have a little map. Let's say you have what you're looking at. Singing stones. No, that's not what I want. I want the temple. One of these is a big temple, and it's pretty important. 8. 8 is an important temple called the Ruby in the Rough, and it's a temple dedicated to their old champion Segojan Earthcaller. And let me see if this tells me who runs the place. Doesn't tell me. I think it's this Gurnik guy. Let me find out. Dun, 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 dun. Why isn't this more clear? No, that's Glyphic Shroomlight. So there's a guy named Glyphic who runs the temple. He wants to see anybody that he can. So she mentions, oh, if you guys are outsiders and you're looking to help, you guys should check out number 8. That's an old temple, and I know he needs help. And then she can give you some other basic stuff about the other bad guys. She's heard rumors of the Pudding King. She can tell you about the Pudding King.
The pudding. King.
We talked about this last time, and you weren't here when we brought it up this time, but everybody already laughed when we said the Pudding King.
Mm.
So I was like, is this still new? But you're right, you weren't here at the time. There's one other very important person that this is not mentioning.
And even if I was, the pudding king is worth the
Needs to be
double
laughed
mention.
every time, yeah.
Yes. He's got the best skins.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. He's cornered the market on pudding. Oh, if we were not streaming, I'd make a Cosby joke.
The things I would say
Stoneheart Enclave.
if we weren't streaming.
Who the heck are the Stoneheart?
See, you
Like,
didn't
where are they?
No.
Stoneheart Enclave.
That's a bridge too far.
Stoneheart Enclave. Come on, Stoneheart Enclave. I know you exist, and I know you're one of the spots on the map. Which of the spots on the map is the Stoneheart Enclave?
Do it. I'll check the latest.
Oh, I just
There
reset
we go,
later.
13.
13 is Stoneheart.
It's the Stoneheart Enclave, this little burp. They're a powerful faction, and they run goods to and from Mental Dareth. And since you guys have contacts with Mental Dareth, you might want to go talk to them. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
And let me see if she has specific notes. I'll wait for them to come back. All right, ready for these crazy rumors?
Right.
She tells you that there had been a Smurfnerblin caravan returning from Whiteshell Mines, and they found something very strange. There was a parade of dancing Myconids. If you don't know what the Myconids are, they are mushroom people. You don't need to write this stuff down, just keep it in mind. They were dancing Myconids through their rapport spores, which you might remember that's what the little poop guy did.
Turd was.
Yeah.
His
They
name
told the
wasn't Turd.
gnomes about a wedding celebration, which is strange considering that the mushrooms don't have weddings. So apparently all the Myconids are really excited about a giant wedding that's going to happen.
Okay.
So that's one thing. Merchants from Gracklestug says there's an influx of Surface World coins, but no one knows where they come from. So someone's injecting Surface World coins into the Underdark. People in the city here in Blingdenstone are divided over what to do with the were-rats. Because some of them want to murder them, and some of them want to somehow turn them because they had all once been Smurfnerblins. The Stoneheart Enclave is closing in on a solution to Ogremok's Bane. And when you say you don't know what Ogremok's Bane is, she goes, "Really? You don't know what Ogremok's Bane is?"
No.
It's a thing, like when you talk about Santa Claus, right? She goes, "I don't know how to describe it. It's just a thing. We've always known about it, but it's this thing, and it can apparently take all types of elementals and possess them. And that's why we only use our earth elementals on one half of the settlement, because if you go any closer to this side of the settlement, they might bump into Ogremok's Bane, and then they'll instantly become evil."
That makes no sense at all.
Makes some sense.
Some sense.
So we have a large unclaimed area in the northeast that we call Rock Blight, and we don't send our earth elementals there because they'll go mad, but the Stoneheart Enclave supposedly found a solution. We might just need to take a break because there's nobody here to tell.
There's 2 people, but yeah.
I'll wait for it. She
He's
was
doodling.
telling me
He's
that-
not listening.
I am. This is how
He
you.
hasn't been listening
the
since the
AD.
beginning of this. He's been doodling since we
This is how the
streamed.
AD stays focused. This is it. That's it.
All right. The last rumor is that Blingdenstone's ghost problem keeps getting worse. There are
Ooh.
even spirits haunting the catacombs. So we got
could go
ghosts,
Rats, ghosts,
rats, Ogremok's Bane,
Ogremok's Bane.
and then stuff from other cities.
But we still don't have enough street cred because we saved this clown out of the goo.
Well, before you guys went to sleep in the inn, the guard captain said he would try to get you an audience with
I
Thorpe.
know. The whole point of our niceties is that
You
we're
haven't
just trying
even
to gain
talked
favor.
to him.
Right.
So do we even need to be worried about other missions yet?
2 of us almost died today. And
That's it, yeah, it
we
seems like-
used, between the 3 of us, we've used all our spells. I'm
Yeah.
not looking to accomplish anything tonight other than sleep
There you go.
Yeah.
in this bath.
So
Yeah.
you sleep, you hear a bajillion rumors, and you get some bed. Everybody's back to full strength. Yay!
Yay.
Yes.
All right, you're well fed, well rested. The hospitality of this tap house and the guard are now on your side.
Excellent.
Excellent.
Now I will be right back.
Well, then I will be right back. Eyeballing those Pringles.
Pringles are good.
There's a Pringle right over there.
I want that Pringle.
Were you sleeping here in this tap house? You were?
Maybe. I don't know.
You're large sized.
Yeah, I'm large
You
sized.
wouldn't have slept in like a gnome bed, right?
If I can avoid it, yeah.
So yeah, you come to the tap room. In the main lobby, there's a fireplace, and as you look into the fire, you see what feels like daydreaming, but you've been getting a little more and more used to this. That it's like you're getting visions from the fire. Remember?
Okay.
And now that you have touched the Gem of Madness,
Yep.
it's taking on a different like potency.
All right.
And since you have that Eye of Fire or whatever, that helps you channel the energy, right?
Okay.
So all these things combined to now the visions you get in the fire, which you've always had your whole life. You've always looked in the fire and kind of gotten these little daydreamy, sing-song, whimsical things. It's now stronger and focused. So it can become more of like a literal foresight. So you're
Alright.
seeing like visions of the future. Okay?
The future.
The future.
The future. The future. The future.
So when you look in the fire, which I don't see why you wouldn't, you can see like you can when you have a dream, it feels so real. It's like it's real, like it's palpable. It's like you can taste the smoke, and then you can like put yourself into these future situations, and you basically can come face to face with the Pudding King himself.
Yeah.
You see him. He's a Smurf Nerblin, but he's batshit crazy. And he is commanding all of the oozes around him to do his bidding. And you can see this Smurf Nerblin like cackling maniacally and controlling the oozes and like sending orders through them and like telepathically controlling them. And he's basically telling them, like, yes, more oozes. And when you looks around, like, then you look around, there's dozens and dozens of these powerful oozes, and he's got them all at his disposal. Now, looking around, you can't tell where you are, but it feels like exactly where you are. Like, it's the same kind of tunnels and cracked corridors that Blingdenstone is. So you believe he's in some part of Blingdenstone. And the oozes just keep, like, coming into the room he's in. They come from the ceiling, they come from below him, they come through the walls, and as they collect at his feet, he's got this, like, court of oozes.
We rested, so I got all my spell slots back.
Mm-hmm.
We're talking about Pudding King?
Yeah, through the fire, she can see visions of the Pudding King.
It's kind of like the Mattress King.
Yeah. Grand closing.
All right.
Grand opening, grand closing. Okay.
Yep.
And remember your final page of notes.
Yep.
For funsies, sometimes cast those spells. They
Got
don't
it.
take spell slots from you.
Got it.
Okay, you all rest. You're all full strength. What would you guys do?
What room are we in? I forget.
in
because
16.
we're all over there.
We're just at
What?
We're in 16. All right.
Yes. People are in 16.
Secretly.
All right. Did you guys have any specific plans? Otherwise,
No, I'm gonna,
just to recap really quick, you guys can meet with Dorbo. You guys can meet with the Enclave that has a connection to Mental Dareth to talk to them, because there's a connection there with your resources. And I think when you guys left Mental Dareth, you would have been asked to go check in with them anyway, because you guys already have a parlance there. And then she said, please go to the temple and talk to him because he needs help.
Okay. What does he need help with?
She doesn't know. You gotta talk to him. I mean, I can give you the information through her, but it doesn't make as much sense.
We just gotta go there.
Somebody else.
I
Let's
am-
go.
Where's my heart hit?
B.
I see absolutely no reason to go and help them out with their woes at this temple. I find the nearest guard and have him fetch the captain of the guard so he can get us our audience with Darbo.
Audience with Dorbo. All right,
Yeah.
you guys have an audience with Dorbo.
This is
The guard says, "Come with me. You know, you might have to wait a little bit, but we'll get you an audience with Dorbo Digger Mattock." And then
Thanks a
off
lot.
he goes. Wah, wah.
On this table, sorry.
Yeah.
All right, he takes you to 14, which is the Digger Mattock Hall. You guys are brought in to meet the Digger Mattocks. This is the home of Dorbo and Senny Digger Mattock and the palace of the provisional government. 24 or so Smurf Nerblin occupy this well-lit cavern, some moving briskly with messenger pouches in hand, while others huddle around several stone tables covered in maps and other papers, talking in hushed, serious tones. The back of the room is dominated by a dais carved from the rock of the cavern, atop which rest two stone desks facing each other. Two Smurf Nerblins, one male and one female, sit behind the desks, conferring with advisors and each other. They turn their attention to you as you enter. And the guard captain says, "Fine, king and queen, these are the people that helped kill those oozes in the trade quarter yesterday." And they go, yes, approach.
approach and give a respectful bow, but not. I'm not kowtowing to these people.
Okay.
You're not what?
Kowtowing. That's where you bow. You get down on your knees and put your head all the way to the floor.
Yeah.
It's like I bow so deeply to you
Sure.
that I am nothing. I don't do.
I respect you, but
Not that much.
not going like.
Well,
80%.
thank you for your help, and thank you for saving those people. And obviously, you have the respect of our community and our guard, and you're welcome to go as you please among Blingdenstone. You have safe haven here. Please don't trouble the community, obviously, but you're past all that, and we will do everything we can to give you as much respite and help that you guys can get. But I assume you guys have an objective yourselves of why you're here.
Yes, we're looking to get to the surface as quickly as possible.
Ah.
There's much danger and things are going wrong down here, and we must
consult with our various different factions and betters?
Well, we have only a few guides and maps to the surface world because everything's been collapsed and most of that stuff was stolen by the Drow or lost to time, and our main corridors are sealed. I'll be honest, it wasn't our top objective. Like, we have to keep flushing out all of Blingdenstone. We're running out of living quarter space. We're fighting with the were-rats for space, and we have, obviously, the most pressing issue is this rumor, which is clearly more than a rumor, of the Pudding King. We've had continuously increased attacks of slimes and oozes dripping through our walls and assaulting our people. So I would love to help you, but we're beleaguered at the moment, and we're set on all sides by foes. We have the were-rat problem, we have the Pudding King problem, and then the path actually to the main passage we'll have to clear has Ogremok's Bane. I know it's a lot to ask, but to be able to get you to the surface and to give you our full support, like, we would need help with all three of these problems.
All three? That's not gonna happen. It's gonna...
If you had wings, you could just fly up there.
I'm like actually wondering that right now. Why don't we just? All right,
Can I just find a hole in the ground and just fly
Get
up?
out of here. I'm not here to fix all your problems.
We obviously can reward you as you help with these problems.
Yeah. What kind of rewards you got?
Say, well, this.
How straight is your path to the upworld? Is it curvy? Is it windy? Is it steps? How straight is your path?
It's not very straight. It's a jagged, messed up tunnel.
Jagged method tunnel. Alright.
Say, well, we can. If we're required to help, we can definitely help with this Ogremok's Bane because that helps us out as well.
Well, our most pressing problem is the Pudding King. If rumors are to be believed, he is amassing an army of oozes and sludges. And I believe that might be related to what you fought yesterday. If it's true that he has dozens and dozens of slimes appearing in his court daily, and that was 2 of them, they could be powerful enough to overrun the whole city.
Exactly. And 2 of them almost killed us, so I'm not seeing the pitch.
So we need to find some way to disrupt his operation. I'm not saying you have to run in there and stab him to death, but we've got to do. We need a bigger plan.
Why don't y'all just try to escape the town too?
Just
Just go
leave.
through-
Just
y'all,
leave
like,
Blingdenstone.
The whole town, all of y'all, come with
Just
us.
leave. Just imagine, like, yes, there's this Smurf Nurblin comes out of his little den and goes, "Ha ha, the town's mine!" And there's just nobody there.
It's just a bunch of goo.
Mm-hmm.
I have obviously connections with other factions. He's the leading political faction, but there's other factions. The Enclave, the Stoneheart Enclave, are our sort of magical arm, right? Our magicians and wizards. And we have a very powerful wizard named Yonef. Dun dun dun. Give me 2
What's his name?
seconds.
Wizzy McWizard.
Yeah, that one.
Like all the other. And they really really soft pitch these names. Whew.
Come on. Why
What
doesn't it
happens when
have
you hit
her
the
name in the
randomizer
main
button?
list?
I know. It's the bartender's name. Barry McSuds
Tender drinks.
Drink Slinger.
I'm just gonna call him Mo for short.
Momars.
Just call
Drink
him Mo.
Slinger. Wait, what?
Seems a little on the nose.
Come on. I've seen her name so many times, but they don't have her in the
At
recap section.
The popular tavern, they got one. His name is Samador, and then there's and Woodor, and Carlina.
Oh
And you're
goodness.
just like, oh man.
I see what you're doing here.
Yeah. I see
I
what
like
they
it.
did here.
I see it. See what happens here. I don't like it.
I literally just found this note and confirmed it like 3 minutes ago.
Okay.
And now I can't find it. Like, I know exactly where it is, but it's not there.
Okay.
So I'm annoyed. I'm looking for it.
Stand by for the annoyance.
Stand by. I'm annoyed.
Here we go. This could take a minute.
It's obviously not that. It's obviously not this. It's obviously not that.
Wait a minute. Is it this?
Nope.
No, it's not that.
Not that.
Oh, okay. Maybe it's this.
It is not that.
Could be the other thing.
It's this, that, and
Ooh.
Mm.
It's the other that gets you most of the time.
You bet.
But since you got this, then it's probably not that.
Mm.
Jesus, I can't find any reference to her at all. There's a girl.
We'll believe
the other. Okay.
She's a wizard, and she's
Okay.
powerful, and she's in charge of the Stoneheart Enclave.
Okay.
And all I can find is the side note about her, like, subordinate who's around when she's not around. But I don't care about the subordinate. I care where she is.
Right.
She's with the other.
And I cannot find her reference. But who cares? Her name is, like, Yarnith.
Ah.
Okay.
Fun
And
run.
he mentions that she is in charge of our current investigations into the ooze. And that if you would help us so that we can help you, I'd have you go meet with her and try to find some path forward for our researchers and fighters to take.
Mhm.
Yantha Coaxrock,
Okay.
a female mage who splits her time between magical research in Blingdenstone and aiding the Smurf Nevlin Enclave in Mantle Dareth.
Excellent. Well,
That's not literally the girl we handed the gem to in Mantle Dareth, was it?
I think so.
It could be. It literally could be.
Oh, hey, it's you guys.
Again.
Anyway, okay, moving on.
If that's our only path out.
We need a solution to the Pudding King. One way or another.
Okay. Feeling quite used at this point.
Yeah, that's how D&D works.
I mean, they said it before we even came in. You can help us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't you want to help us?
Help us, and we'll clear the path to you. I mean, you don't have to help us, but then we're not going to do anything for you.
Sure.
We can clear the path for ourselves. We got the big giant guy still, right? He's still floating around here somewhere.
He's somewhere.
Mm-hmm. Let's clear it ourselves. Get these suckers.
You could clear it yourselves. You guys want to ditch him?
Mhm.
You just got to deal with, yeah, it is the same person. Yantha Coaxrock.
Yeah, all right.
Get you there. Pizza
I don't think that's right. No, who cares? So yeah, he mentions Yantha Coaxrock, and you go, yeah, we know her. And he goes, oh, okay, great. You've already got a relationship with her. She's not here now because she's obviously at Mantle Dareth, and I have my notes wrong. But it's her faction are here in
Okay.
the Enclave, and they have some searching into the Pudding King.
All right.
Stop judging.
I sigh,
Grab your pizza bags.
crack my neck, and say, can you provide us a guide for the quickest way there?
To the Enclave?
Yeah.
It's like right there. You go down this landing platform, take a left.
Okay.
So yes, my guards will escort you to the Enclave.
Thank you.
Excellent, thank you. Let us know if we can be of help.
So we will go to this enclave.
All right, you go to the Enclave, and we'll just cut to the chase that her buddy is in charge while she's out of town, and his name is Gurnik.
Gurnik. Okay.
You knock on the door, you meet with Gurnik, an eccentric old Smurf Nerblin wizard.
Okay.
He's what you'd imagine is like the Smurf Nerblin equivalent of like an 80-year-old man with like an old bushy white beard.
Okay.
He goes, oh, what do you guys want?
To get to the surface, but clearly we're trapped here until we solve all your problems.
Excellent. I've been waiting around for someone to
sucker
respond
right
to
here.
my acquisition requests. They've been ignored for years.
Yeah, well,
Just kidding. Not years, more like months.
so, what do you... We were, actually, if we go with by the word of what we were told, we were tasked with helping you formulate a plan against the Pudding King.
The Pudding King, yes. Well, my personal research is in the Fairs realm, but I have an associate who is looking into the slimes and oozes,
Yes.
and I haven't heard from him in a while. He went
Okay.
exploring and never came back. His name's Gabin, and we have to find him. He is the absolute genius involving oozes.
Right. Maybe he's in league with this Pudding King.
No, well, until the Pudding King showed up, he really had nothing to do. I mean, what a stupid path of research. And I should know, I studied the Fezris, and no one cared about the Fezris until just recently. Now that Ogre Mox Bane is a big problem, suddenly everyone's coming to me, the Fezris specialist. He was much the same way.
We'll be seeing you tomorrow about that.
If anyone was less funded than me, it was him and his stupid slime research.
Okay.
But after the Pudding King arrived and there was a slime trouble, he was tasked with trying to solve it.
Okay.
And then he went missing.
Well, we'll probably suffer his same fate, but we'll try not to, I guess.
Now, I've been wondering where he was, but I had no reason to, go break down his door. But do you want to go check out his house?
Yeah.
Sure, let's go.
All right,
It's
excellent.
the next door down,
Glad you're accompanying
He
us
knocks.
instead of us going to some random dude.
You don't happen to be there, right? Gods, knock this thing down. And they kick the door down,
All
and
right, excellent.
you guys go into his house.
Great.
Inside, you see the notes of a slime fanatic.
Oh.
A guy
Okay.
who's studying this and that, and he has one of those chalkboards with all the weird shit going on. And it basically says Pudding King, how, communicating, where the slime's coming from, and then it just says telekinesis, and he underwrites it, and it has notes of a device that he's going to use to try and detect their telekinesis. And then he has some research into local areas in the Blingdenstone outskirts that have
Okay.
already had telekinetic things going on. So it looks like he was going to go investigate this other location to try to find a way to I don't know, some telekinetic ley line or something.
All right. But he never managed to finish this telekinesis detecting machine?
It looks like he was going to go investigate an old laboratory that's on a
Okay.
ley line and never came back.
Okay. All right. Well,
So you have the vague description of where an old facility was.
I look at the old guy and I say, well, let's get going.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's go.
He's coming with?
No, of course not.
Ugh.
I have to stay here and do my research into the Phaserus, or you'll have no chance against Ogre Mox Bane.
Oh my god.
What if we say we won't help if you don't come with us? What are you gonna do then?
Fine, I'll come.
Excellent.
This guy will be exactly like Jim Jar, except name something else. Here's an NPC.
Perfect.
Let's see, what's his name? His name is Gurnik Tapfinger.
Yep.
Sounds right.
It's not Stinkfinger. Phaserus Finger.
Yes.
Can he be this guy?
Sure.
All right. Well,
When are we heading out?
I'm ready. We're ready.
Yeah.
Let's go!
Giddy up.
All right. You guys go back to the front gates, I guess, and head back out into the Underdark.
Okay.
So he leads you toward this place. There's random encounters that we're going to skip because we don't care about them because they're not interesting.
Okay.
And you guys get to the outskirts of where this facility was supposed to be.
Okay.
Now, you don't know where it is. You just know that it's in this general area. And in the Underdark, that's not unusual. You're looking for things, like something, a hidden door, a secret passage, a way down, some sort of thing.
I'm going to do my best to remember the way back in case this poor bastard dies.
Okay. Sure. Fair enough. You guys get to a point where you're in a 10-foot little tunnel.
Mm-hmm.
And as you're walking along this tunnel, the ground begins to bust away and go down.
Okay.
Dang it. So we're down to some. Did I gently fall down with my new wings?
Oh, it hasn't fallen yet.
Oh. Good.
You guys want to investigate this? It's I'm imagining it like an hourglass, like a trickle of sand. There's a trickle of sand going down to a
Okay.
something.
All right. I was just going to ask for a better description. Okay.
Yeah. So there's a something down there.
I'm going to look at the gnome and be like, is this
Well, this
natural?
is- well, we're in the Underdark. I mean, cave-ins and collapsings and things
Yeah.
are constant. And we're in the location where we're looking for something, and we've now found some sort of little... So we may have found the something.
I'm just saying, does this look like it was created naturally or...
It just at this moment just looks like a sinkhole in the ground.
Okay.
Let's investigate.
You go.
no.
We got one guy that's not going to slide down.
Somebody wants to jump in the
Not
sinkhole,
sliding, brother.
Somebody
I
wa-
can fly down gently.
No, it's like you're in a 10-foot tube, and it's like the ground is going into a hole.
Sure.
So it's a pinprick. I mean, there's nothing to go down into unless you're just going to kind of jump in the sand and start crawling around, you know. But if you're going to dig there or investigate or
Well,
something,
she's got light. Why don't we send
investigate.
Garnet down there and let her kind of ease down in there?
so you tell Garnet to dig.
Well, we can't tell her.
Isn't
we could
there
ask her.
the thing where she like casts the light? Like
Yeah.
it just makes the thing
there you
there,
go.
like
Yeah.
down in it.
So if you cast light, you can pick any object, and that light will now glow brightly. So you take like a rock and say, "Now
So-
I have a light rock."
All right.
You take a
Thanks,
bright,
sister.
and then you get a light bright.
Light bright, light bright. Yep. Okay. And then what?
Well, what do you want to cast it on? A rock?
Yeah.
Okay, so now we have a very bright, glowing rock.
Cool.
Okay, so who's gonna try to dig or do something or cast a spell?
I'll investigate it.
All right, you want to start digging?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna look like a
The
little
sand,
kid playing in
the
the
sand is
dirt.
obviously dripping at this spot, and you see the little because the sand starts pouring, and you go to that spot and you just start saying, "Okay, well, does it break into something? Is it something?"
I throw my rope to her and tell her, tie yourself off.
Yeah, let's keep
There's
it
nothing to
safe.
tie
Thank
yourself.
you.
You're in it to each
Oh,
other.
Layla.
Yeah, to each other.
I don't want to die.
Okay, so you wrap it around your waist and you tie it to someone else, like a bird.
Okay.
The one
Good
person who
idea.
can't
Who
lift
happens
it.
to be flying right now, just in case there's a sinkhole.
She weighs 1/4 what I
I
do.
know,
so I'm
I
not
know.
worried about it.
So you, with her great sword, right? So you start digging.
One half.
Do you use a
Hold this
tool or
sword,
do you
please.
just use your fingers?
Just my hands, yeah.
Okay. You just start digging.
Going at it.
Give me like a check, some sort of. Do you have like a digging in the dirt skill?
Oh, I think so. Actually.
Oh, okay, cool. Roll that one.
I have the bear trait, so.
That's right. You
like
yell
that.
at it. Sand!
So
Open
I
up!
got an 11.
As you start to dig, you like take these big, heavier rock, like you hit like a piece of like ground rock, and you rip it out of the way, and then the sand starts going fast, and you're like, all right, this is working. And after like 2 more chunks of that, it starts working so well that the entire chamber, the entire like 10-foot piping you're in, all starts to destabilize, and everything starts collapsing.
Sorry, guys.
So you guys have found a path into this something.
Okay, so it's not
And
a
the
bad
whole-
collapse. Okay.
I mean, it collapses, but it collapses like, you know, nobody's gonna die. No one's gonna fall on their head and take
Just
damage.
crushes me a little bit.
But it just shapes the whole room you're in. As everything starts to break in and collapse, and the whole ground falls underneath you, and then all the dirt tumbles. So it makes a big puff of dirt and cloud and dust, and it just. But that starts to make the walls collapse in. And so after you've created this sort of slant and you look around, the passage you were traveling down is not there anymore.
Okay.
Mhm. We're in
Hey,
it.
hey guys, I think I found something.
I found it!
Just saying.
All right, I have a map for this. This is called.
Where's the cam? Where's the cam?
This is totally gonna spoil the name of this place, and I don't care. Should I switch around so you can all see it on screen? It's the Bougie Temple.
Oh.
The Wuxi Temple.
This is obnoxious.
Dun, 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 dun. Oh, with that 1/8" little lip because I gotta fix my little paging file. If Phil's on stream, let's yell at Phil. I took it from his old files, and apparently his old files were wrong. Which makes me very concerned that we actually have some real files that might be messed up. We gotta check them all now.
Nope, that didn't happen.
Nope,
Keep
didn't happen.
buying from us.
Well, it wouldn't have gone out the door. I
Sure.
just mean our plan.
Our quality control is far beyond that.
All right.
That's right.
So we are now in that far tunnel shaft
Okay.
as the tunnel has collapsed.
Okay.
And you guys are in that tunnel shaft.
Okay.
Cool.
Well, I am going to cast aid on the bird, Garnet, and myself.
Okay.
So everybody's got
How long does that
5
last?
bonus hit points, 8 hours.
Okay.
Thank you.
So you have bonus health.
You want me to set that over here?
If you don't mind.
So the fallen rock has buried both ends of the passage. Yeah, it didn't do a full collapse, so there's no deck save. There's no damage from the fall. You all just coasted down. But the route you were following has been permanently blocked by tons of rubble, and you guys now have to explore the facility.
All right.
Giddy up.
All right. So you proceed into this next little area, and the little guy who's here, he goes, "What's this? Is this possibly where What do you call him? What's his name? Gavin? Is this where Gavin went? Is he down here? This is definitely the area where this facility used to be.
Sure.
Maybe this is the facility.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Using temple.
No, where'd you get that name? It's the Bougie Temple.
Oh, bougie temple. Bougie. People say
It's written right there. This is the Bougie Temple.
nice.
All right.
Feeling?
Where would you guys like to explore? Who's our party leader? Who's gonna go explore for us?
Lauren's been like champion over this thing.
You want to rock, paper, scissors later on to see who goes first?
And you
Between
do.
you and the bird, sure.
And you do have a
Knock
glowing.
yourself
And you
out.
do have a glowing rock.
Also
Oh,
extinguish that
okay.
glowing rock because
Well, who can't see without light?
That's true. Yeah.
that's the unit's problem.
Just you. Okay. So you have the glowing rock.
Okay.
No one else.
That means we're backlit and obvious targets, and they actually have a bonus to hit us.
There you go.
Perfect.
I'll go first.
All right, Lauren. You start to investigate this little dungeon. You go into this little opening room.
So who's going to be second? It's just for a normal.
I got her back. I'll go
All
after this.
right,
Yeah.
all right.
Since I'm flying, I
Where's
can
our
see
little
up
wizard
way-
guy?
You want to be last?
You'd be able
Bring
to
it
see over me from the
back, or-
I
ground.
want to be like last, but I don't want to be first. So I'm
Well, you got these two in front of you.
somewhere in between.
Okay.
Somewhere in between first and last.
There you go.
Yep. Yep. That
Nailed
works for me.
All right. So do you give me an investigation check as you search this front room?
Okay.
This area is all 10 foot high. There's no light.
I have 16.
Okay. The only thing you feel is that the air here is really thin. There's dripping water above. And you notice that as you start walking through these tunnels, there are keyed out areas, like sections, like recessed. And there are like oozes, like dormant oozes, periodically placed in these recesses. They look very specific.
Okay.
They are all gray oozes, and they pour through the little cracks.
Mm.
So you can look around and you can see that there's maybe 8 of them. I don't believe gray oozes are very difficult for your level, so I don't even really want to deal with it like it's a combat encounter. More of, give me some logical method that you're obviously not going to bumble into the room and get attacked by oozes. But it's more like a storage chamber. You know, like they were in these keyed sections.
So she's
Okay.
carrying the flaming rock from us at the
No, she can see in the dark.
Yeah, I guess.
But I'm saying you're talking about. Oh, okay.
Garnet.
Yeah, Garnet has those. She is a flaming rock. Everybody else, can you see in the dark as a bird? Probably.
Probably.
That would be. Where
Infravision.
does it say?
Or dark. I guess they call it dark vision.
Just ready to go take a nap. Just go to the front
On
room.
your second
Yeah.
page?
I will.
I mean, nap.
Oh, if you don't mind, I'm touching the paper. Sorry.
I'm gonna get ranch dressing on the edge.
I washed my hands.
Ranch dressing.
You gonna ranch him?
It says in the bottom corner in the front. of your
No
sheet.
ranch dressing.
So normally gray oozes have a false appearance, which means they are literally impossible to tell that they're not an ooze. They look like the exact same thing as a pool of water. But again, because the temple is clearly recessed and put oozes there, I'm saying like it's too obvious, right? It's like there's this nice, perfect little ooze sitting there, so you can tell that it's an ooze. They're not particularly. I mean, they are dangerous at the right level, but you guys are way higher level than them. So again, just don't create a scenario where you would have walked in and like
What's
let
that?
them
What
attack
was
you,
that?
right?
Where'd
So
you
they're
see
like
dark vision?
here, 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 here. So this whole chamber is like a chamber of oozes.
I actually don't. Mine doesn't say. I got passive wisdom, perception, insight, and investigation.
Then you
but
can't
no.
see in the dark.
Yeah.
So you both need the light.
I need some
So
light.
The light
you
is
want
out.
to be holding the rock because Saria can like cast flames if she needed to.
It lights up the area around us, so it only takes one person
Okay,
to hold
so
it.
it's yeah. Either one of them
I
is
think
fine.
Sister's out of commission for a little bit, so yeah,
Yeah.
I'll be the keeper of the light.
For sure. All right, so you have a glowing rock.
Y'all were playing with the rock and you accidentally threw it at her and hit her in the head.
Oh, that's what it was. Yeah, so she's gonna
She just followed.
she's gonna sleep that game off for a moment while we continue.
I don't want to say much, but it's like, just, if you're asleep, just leave.
Yeah,
So, yeah. Dealt with that.
oozes everywhere.
Yeah.
You're feeling it, brother.
It sounds like the vision for the fire. It sounds like you were queued up for this. Vision! All right, so this entire amber is like ooze, 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 ooze. So it's like, okay, this is clearly like a storage chamber for these little oozes.
Should we be destroying these oozes as we go, lest they double back on us at some point?
I mean, can we just do something where it's like a punch and a kick and it's just like done?
Oh, well,
Or-
the thing you've been dealing with these oozes, you can't do a lot of things to them, you
Yeah,
know?
that's
So, like,
true.
fire's the obvious way, you know?
Yeah.
Who has
So
some...
to her point, can we just poke it with our flaming rock?
It's not a flaming rock.
just
It's a
lit.
light. You
I thought
literally
she
have a
lighted an
flash.
object.
Yeah, she casts light and turned it into a light.
Oh.
Since
so-
it's magic,
So how do I
it doesn't
hold it?
have to be.
Because it's
binary.
she cast it on a rock, so now the rock is glowing. It's
Oh, well,
just
that's what I keep saying, a flaming
yeah,
rock.
no, it's a night. It's a child's nightlight. Can I stab it with this lightsaber? Pew 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 pew. That's what you're doing. You're pretending that
I have
the
a lightsaber?
nightlight.
Then can I hit it with my lightsaber?
Yes,
You're
you can hit it with
gonna
a
sit out of the
lightsaber.
room too.
Oh, I've been drinking some water. Fine. I can drive.
All right.
The problem is if we start destroying these, it might tip them off that they know we're here. So
Like they're like a collective. They have a hive mindset.
maybe,
Jeez, that's unfortunate.
you know. Of
Okay,
course, we could
good
be
point.
leaving them here to face on the way out.
That's
so-
what I'm saying. What if they like start?
Yeah,
And if there's a hive mind, then they're letting everybody know already that we're coming in.
but they look dormant and they're not coming after us.
Or are they? You know, like how in Aliens they watch for a little bit first, and then they, when there's the opportune time.
I feel
Whatever.
like
Lauren's.
something-
I mean, the two of us could burn them, but it's going to take forever. They're everywhere. So
There's 8. Yeah.
I guess we could just keep going.
Okay.
Leilana, what is the second opinion? Bird, second opinion.
You head to the following junction.
yeah,
Yeah.
All right.
They don't seem to be moving. Not going to monkey with them.
Okay.
I reluctantly go, knowing that it's going to end badly for us.
Yeah.
I think we all have that in our
As you
feel like
continue
this is-
down toward the
you
square
chose it
room,
poorly.
okay, there are 2 more of those little alcoves were indicated on the map. There's one there and there's one there. And as you get to about here, you see something in this room.
Yo,
Okay? Dun, dun, dun. You see what looks like a gelatinous cube, but it is not as large as the previous gelatinous cube.
okay.
And it is moving this way.
It's more of a gelatinous rectangle.
Yes, it is more of a gelatinous rectangle.
Okay.
A pillar.
So it rounds the corner. You go, oh, that was some sort of gelatinous cube.
Okay, but it's going the opposite direction.
It's going the opposite direction.
All right. Okay. Well, I'll say we peek down the other avenue. Not, I mean, obviously.
Well,
we
she's
see
already
the whole
investigated
map.
this and seen the alcoves,
okay.
and now that's when
Okay.
she saw this gelatinous cube.
Okay.
So you guys are more like in there.
Gotcha. All right. That's fair
She's like,
enough.
I'll cover the exit. I'll stay behind and cover the exit. So yeah, so she sees it moving this way.
Okay. Well, if she alerts all of us to that, I will say, we could let it get a distance and then just lay into it with fire till just keep backing up.
Mm-hmm.
Fight smarter, not harder.
That makes sense.
So I will. I can run Saria here.
So you guys go into that square and prepare.
I mean, if it.
But remember, there's 2 of those ooze chambers in that square room.
Sure. Well,
We
Let's
can't
just
see it
turn around.
anymore.
Yeah, as you come into the room, you'll be able to see farther, but I don't know how far into the room you're coming
Well,
yet.
that's I'm saying like here
Do you,
without
do
going
you
in the
enter
room.
that
No.
cube? Okay.
Without going in.
Then yes, from without going in, you've lost vision at that angle.
Sure.
So it's like that-ish.
All right. Well, we will back up and bomb one of those ooze chambers with our sacred flame. Both of us at the same time.
Sacred flame is not fire. It's radiant.
Flame like radiance. Oh dear God.
It's like holy flame. Now radiance hurts virtually everything, so you don't
Sure.
think it won't hurt it.
All right. Well, there. She'll use firebolt, and I will use sacred flame.
Firebolt, not fireball.
Yes, firebolt.
Okay. So you're gonna fire. She's gonna firebolt the ooze and the like. You're saying this?
Yep.
Okay.
The pot. We'll both hit the pot.
All right. So you assault this pot,
Mm-hmm.
and the fire is effective, the radiance is effective, and it just you basically like the little spot it's in just lights up with fire and radiance at the same time, and it screeches and rips apart, and
Sure.
it just explodes,
Excellent.
and that like knocks some things to the ground or whatever because the fire burns the little platform it's on.
Sure.
And that lights up the room a little better, and it throws light around. Obviously, you guys can see in the dark, but she couldn't. This room is more like an alchemy lab.
Okay.
Okay?
We'll bomb the other little pod.
To do that, you have to round the corner, but yes, you can get into,
Poke our heads
into the
around
doorway.
the corner. Yeah.
All right, so you guys come into the room a little bit.
Cantrips. So
You,
it's
wow, you blast that one as well.
Yep.
Okay, so now you're seeing inside this room, and again, it's more like a research chamber, and it has research notes like Gavin had in his house.
Okay.
So it looks like he may have arrived here and was continuing his research.
All right. Well, once we know it's secure, we'll invite the dude in. But if we
Okay.
can I see the cube down the hallway?
Not at this moment.
I will scooch you up till I can see it.
Okay. It's at some point coming back your way.
Perfect. Actually, if it's coming back my way, I will scooch you in here. And the second I can see it, I will lay into it.
How far out can you see with your
Oh, yeah.
dark vision?
Dark vision? No, whatever normally. 60 feet? 60 feet.
60 feet. Okay, so you're getting to a point where it's about 60 feet away,
Perfect.
and then what are you casting at it?
Sacred Flame is yes.
Okay. It tries to make a dex save. Let me see if that
That one would be
passed.
really cool when you rolled that. Red and yellow. The liquid cord.
Lauren, could you
It's
help me
red and
get
yellow.
that piece of paper on the floor?
Yeah.
And there might be two little pieces of paper there.
Do
If the second piece of paper isn't with it,
gnome skills in
then I may have dropped my second piece of paper.
Where did she go?
Yeah, it's me.
Cool. So you cast Sacred Flame. It fails, obviously.
Sorry.
How much damage?
5.
5 damage.
Yep.
You hear it telepathically in your mind say, "Ow! Why'd you do that?"
That's really weird.
And this thing jumps to the side. Obviously, it got burned.
Telepathically.
Telepath into my mind.
A
Is it
few
the
seconds later, it starts
shrooms?
coming down the hallway. Dur, 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 dur.
Or is that just something different?
Guys, what are you doing?
I say,
Hey!
stay back, or you will be burned again.
Okay, SpongeBob.
And with much
And as you
greater
guys,
ferocity.
are waiting, you see this thing coming down the path.
What is it in it?
I-
Oh, okay, it does. It is like a green.
I tell it to
circle.
stop, otherwise it will be burned again.
Guys, hey, it's me!
Oh no, is somebody in it?
Who's me?
This is
It doesn't know you. I don't know why it says
Oh,
who's me.
okay.
But if the guy with you would have seen it. Don't
hasn't.
burn me. Hey, I'm not hostile.
Oh, he.
So you tell it to stay back?
Yeah.
All right, it stays back.
All right. Who is me?
Your little guy's there, right? And that'll break
Well,
the difference.
He's back.
You guys are looking
I'm
for...
asking this thing in my mind. Who's me?
I don't exactly have a name. I used to be Gavin. But now I'm something different. Call me Gabagool.
Okay. I say to everybody else, are you getting this? I'm asking everybody else if they're hearing this in their head.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's talking.
All right.
Unfortunately.
I motion for the gnome to come up and be like, can you test this thing to make sure it truly once was your
It says.
companion?
He goes, Gavin, is that you? Hey, buddy, it's me, Gavin. Well, Gabagool now. Obviously, I'm not the same as I was.
Gabaglob.
Could you like detect?
Yeah, can I detect evil on him?
Sure. It does not ring evil.
Okay.
Wow. Okay.
All right. I'll back up. Let him get a little closer.
What's the difference between what?
What's the difference between O's and P's again? I know you've told me that before.
O's and P's.
It's those are what does that P stand
P
for?
is always
The
prepared.
ones.
Oh, okay.
O's, you're supposed to fill in the spells you think you're going to need for that day.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Oh,
But I don't
that's
think the
different
paladin
than
does.
the
No.
P that's on the little traits.
Yeah, different things.
Okay, yeah. So I got some
Oh.
that are always
Oh, okay.
prepared, and then I got some that I haven't
Yep.
prepared. And you said Searing Smite doesn't actually do fire, right?
I don't know what Searing Smite is. His Sacred Flame is a radiant spell.
Mm.
I don't know what your Searing Smite is. It might be fire. It could be radiant.
You have that in the book.
The old
But anyway,
Since we seem to be fighting a lot of gelatinous
Searing
cubes.
Smite. Next melee attack during spell's duration, weapon flares with white hot intensity. The attack deals an extra 1d6 fire damage.
Oh, let's
All right.
go. Fire
Very
for
good.
that.
That's fire.
That's good to know. Oh, that's good. I'm definitely prepping that one.
anyway, they just started into a full-blown conversation. Hey, what are you doing here? I've been researching for a while. When did you get here?
Oh, this is the
So it is.
guy.
This is the guy.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
That's why he said his name was Gabin, but now Gabin, but now it's something different. So
Gabagool.
now he's naming himself Gabagool because
Okay.
he's a gelatinous cube now.
Okay. Well,
You want the long version or the short version?
Give us the long. I mean, it's mental, so give us the long version.
I guess that's true.
Yeah, it's not gonna take.
Basically, he was doing a bunch of research, trying to figure out how the Pudding King is communicating with
Give me
his oozes.
visuals. I tell them.
Well, I don't know because I wasn't there for that. But I was supposed to research how they were communicating with the oozes, how the Pudding King is in command of these oozes, and what exactly is going on. And I said it has to be telepathy because that's the only way these oozes communicate. And there was this ley line temple with all this telecommunication. So I came here, and I've been doing a bunch of experiments on how to command the oozes and how to move them and how all this kind of stuff. And a combination of happy accident and total disaster. He's like, oh, my hypotheses were correct! He basically used a chemical concoction to boost his nervous system and then melted himself into a gelatinous cube.
Okay.
He's like, so, my body's gone, but I'm right. My enhanced nervous system spread throughout the entire cube, and now I'm in complete control of the gelatinous cube, and I can use it as a body. So he's like, I didn't obviously intend to melt myself in a gelatinous cube. I was doing a test, and I don't know exactly what went wrong, but some disastrous thing went wrong. So he's like, so I know how now it's communicating with these oozes. I was right, it's telepathy. And basically all roads point back to the big daddy of oozes. The Jubilex is the dark prince of oozes from the abyss.
Get a 18 on my religion check.
Yeah, and so Jubilex has given the Pudding King the ability to command oozes the way Jubilex does, and he's like the avatar here in the Underdark. And he's channeling this psionic wave through all of the Underdark, summoning all the oozes in the area to his court, because he was a Jubilex worshiper and he sacrificed himself to Jubilex, so now he's like a living ooze man.
Okay.
So he is collecting gelatinous cubes, black puddings, gray oozes, everything from the area into his court, and he's planning to take over Blinkenstone.
Are you not affected by this?
Not only am I not affected, now I can counter push against his hypnosis, and I can command the oozes here in the temple, or some of them. But
Okay.
when they have a bigger influence on them, my influence stops. So if I find a dormant ooze, I can manipulate it to an extent. He's like, but I'm just getting started with how I might be able to amplify that.
Okay.
But for the most part, I can basically push and pull on these dormant oozes with my telepathy, and I seem to be immune to Jublix's call. Like I'm not being pulled by the Pudding King.
Okay.
He's like, I feel it, but I don't. But I can easily ignore it.
I see. Well, obviously, why haven't you come back? You would be a great asset to your people.
Oh, I've been stuck down here. This whole thing's shut off. We're stuck down here. Oh, I should mention that we're completely stuck.
We are not
We
completely
are not
stuck.
completely stuck. We
Yeah.
just got in.
No, your entire tunnel caved in. I told you it sealed off the way you guys came.
I didn't know it sealed it off. Okay. I thought it just like sunk down and we could still get up. Okay. Well.
So, as he says that you're all sealed off down here. Remember how when you first came in, you mentioned that there was like light air? You're starting to notice, like, actually, the air is very thin. It's not going to be immediately noticeable, but if you're all truly stuck down here, you're running out of air. So there are now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 humans down here, or 5 humans down here.
Sure.
Humanoids. He doesn't breathe air, but all the people breathing air, I think, are splitting 40 hours of air. Which means all of you combined,
Come with us.
Maybe
all
we
of
can
you
turn it into a
combined,
cube, so we have two
all of you
cubes.
combined have about 5 hours of air left.
All right.
But any source of fire rapidly consumes air, and you guys have used fire, I believe, 3 times now.
It's fine.
So,
No, twice only.
Twice?
Mine wasn't fire. My
Okay.
searing bolt
Fair
has
enough.
nothing to do with
It's
fire.
radiant energy.
right.
If you go to the
fire
fire, they
blip.
don't cook it with fire.
You cook it with
Microwave
acid.
only.
You fired this and you
Heat
fired
lamps.
this.
Yeah.
Each of those consume 1 hour of air.
That was
So that
good.
means you're at 38.
Yep.
And then you radianted him.
Yep.
So yeah, you're at 38 hours of air.
All right.
So we sort of have an air problem.
Okay.
38 hours of air.
Well, then clearly we need to find a way out. I don't have any spells that allow me to move a large.
So he telepathically imprints a layout of the cave you're in, which is how you can see the whole cave.
All right. All right.
Ooh. He goes, I'll be honest, apart from a brief incursion into what the zones are, I haven't explored. I could care less. I spent all my time in this room and this room. These are laboratory chambers.
All right. Well, lead the way to the furthest point you've explored and keep any of your invertebrate friends away from us.
Sure thing. So he leads you down chamber 2, which is all this, down to here, and what would this have been? So he takes you to here.
Okay.
Dun, 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 dun. And these oozes obviously are still dormant. They don't wake up yet.
Sure. Good.
Shorties. What are you doing? Because obviously there's something with these paths, and I haven't really investigated. I call these the pudding pits.
Ooh.
Some tough names right there.
Yeah.
Okay.
What are we looking at? Is that like a fountain there in the middle of the map?
Let's see.
We don't. That's round a corner and a door, but
But you know there's a thing.
we got 4 hallways and then a side track. You haven't gone down. This is the furthest you've gone.
Yeah, like I said, he echolocated the thing and he's imprinting the shape. He's like, but I haven't explored anywhere. So I know the shape, but I haven't bothered to explore.
Well,
There is a big fountain over there,
That is
and there is a big water chamber over here. So
Ooh,
which would
maybe
you
we
guys
could
like to
swim
explore?
out.
through
The only way up
through
is
the
down.
oozes.
Well, what if it's
Ooh.
not?
What a twist.
Yeah, exactly.
What if we got inside of him and like there was air inside there for us?
Can we all fit in that cube?
And he
What
just
if I blow you up like a giant balloon?
that's it. Everybody like stuffs themselves up in that guy and he just gibbity glops us right to the surface.
Floats to the top.
a little bitty glops.
I mean, it feels natural. They
I
want us to go.
think at best we
to the
took
door, huh?
the 2 gnomes in there at best. So
Well, there you go. That's your first test.
He's like, well, let's go check out the fountain first, and then we'll go to the water chamber.
okay,
All
why
right.
are there 4? I don't trust these 4 hallways.
I have no idea.
Wait a minute.
I would have picked the water.
He just cruises down.
All right.
Okay.
Like all 4
wait a
chambers
couple
are completely
seconds, so-
inconsequential. Has he not seen Indiana Jones?
Do you want me to check?
That's true. I guess he
Yeah,
could. He
that-
could go check. What's he gonna do? Get stuck with an arrow?
All right.
None of these chambers seem to mean anything.
All right.
To the goose.
I say we take the
To the
To the goose.
Exactly.
Hey, foreboding. Calm down now.
No.
I say we take the northern one because it's at least the shortest route.
You're saying my north, or your north, or east north?
The north is always the top of the map.
Dang it, it says north
it's
this way,
so-
yeah.
Okay, it actually has.
Okay,
it on
so
there.
go south.
Hey, it actually is north.
Yeah, so we'll take the south.
Okay.
Because it's the shortest.
He goes to this little thing. No! Don't wake up!
Sleep.
Okay. We will,
All right. What's the order?
I mean, I guess same as before.
Who's first?
I was, or
Lauren?
when we met
It was
him, I
Rain and
wasn't
then
first,
then the Birdman.
but yeah.
Birdman
Bird.
second. Yep. There you go. Like that.
In the air, just in case.
It's something like this.
You're
Yeah.
breathing the
Perfect.
top air.
And all hell goes but.
It's true.
Yep.
The
I don't know if it's better or worse.
It gets thinner the higher you go. Is it really
Yeah.
that high?
Oh,
That looks pretty high.
I mean, I'm up there.
There is something about him being in ooze form that doesn't trip the trap, but as anyone else comes into this space, it trips a trap.
Or sure.
Yeah, exactly.
Good thing I'm in the air so I couldn't trip.
Yeah, good thing you're flying, yeah.
Cool.
So it's probably weight related, and because he's an ooze, he slides over all the ground. There's no pressure point in his feet steps, so he never steps down.
Yeah.
Um,
So do I not trip it because
causes this space to collapse. Actually, that's a good point. When the bird steps, and the bird wouldn't weigh 50 pounds, so
And
it's
he's
not
flying.
until Garnet gets there that it steps in.
No.
Well, you're in armor, right? Would you break 50 pounds?
I'm in the air.
You can't be in the air in a 5-foot closet.
It's not even 5.
Are you flying at the top of a closet?
I got a piggyback ride from Ren.
But was the bird weighing 50 pounds? I think you
I'm
are.
pretty
Yeah.
strong.
I think the bird weighs 50 pounds.
Get
in
50
armor.
pounds of equipment.
Yeah.
It actually says my weight is 180. I'm a fatty old bird.
There you go. So, yeah, Lauren is like 34 pounds and not wearing armor. So she steps over it. Glabagool steps over it. And when the bird steps on it, there's like
I
a
fly
breakaway.
Mine says that I'm 50 pounds.
Oh.
Oh!
That's not accurate. That's not accurate.
Heifer. Oh, it says, look at this. More than 50 pounds. That's off the trap.
Oh,
yeah, you're
yeah.
exactly 50.
Okay,
it like
perfect.
wiggles and you don't bother to mention it.
I just happened to like.
Bird, I
ask
need a
someone else
DC
about
11
stuff.
dexterity saving throw.
Wow. Well, pretend like I know what that is. Six. Was it 16?
You're gonna
I'm
reroll
gonna
it.
take the 6.
All right, the thing
to be
collapses
fair.
and you fall straight down into the pit. Wow! And this is that classic little. Here, give me that gelatinous cube, the black one. This is a pit. Ah! And you fall down, but not only is this fitting because it looks like a pit, at the bottom is literally another one of those black oozes, and you've fallen into it. Obviously, that's impact with the black ooze that burns your armor like before and deals 18 acid damage to you.
You can't spread his wings to slow his descent,
He
or
easily could have. I even gave him like a lower threshold on his dex save, but he
Okay.
totally screwed it up.
Okay.
If I added 2 to my dex
So he
save,
could have
is
grabbed
that-
the edge, or he could have like fluffed, but you just went ah.
My dex plus 2. What if I hit 8 on 8? Would that get my wings out?
Okay, we have a black.
I'm sorry, I
ooze.
missed the point hit again. Tell me that one more time.
You take 18 acid damage. I could roll it if you want me to roll it.
Oh, I mean, I trust you. I'm just like,
Okay.
I'm just trying to do math
It's-
here. Little. Sorry.
It's 48
It's
rounded to
half of your-
18 acid damage. So
I think it'd be. Did I do the math right? I think it'd be.
You said 18, right?
18 acid damage.
Yeah, I'm 18.
Yeah, I'm ignoring any
Oh,
fall damage because
I
again
just
you do
can't
have
read.
wings.
I thought you put.
But the 18 acid damage of smacking into a black pudding burns your feet. You're cooking your little toes over there.
Chicken legs.
Yeah, really. We have a third of a chicken wing now. All right, what are you guys gonna do? This black ooze is in the pit.
I'm
You're gonna
just
get my butt out of the
looking
ooze.
at
Dang
it.
it. Oh, stinking little run.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, you went second to be nice too.
Get your back. I'm still flying.
I got your back.
Damn,
You did have
just
my back.
Okay,
I mean,
you
y'all
guys wanna
gotta
do initiative?
decide what y'all are gonna.
Well, they're not gonna not do
Well, I don't have any
Okay.
initiative, right? Because I'm losing it.
No, you gotta get initiative. Whether the ooze smacks you first or you run away first.
Okay.
Oh.
15.
Oh, so close.
7.
Actually,
15
since it's-
without his modifier.
and that the monster
Oh,
rolled a 17
17.
without its bad modifier, so it is a -3, so it's at 14.
So I'm at 17.
Okay, so who beats a 14?
I also got a 7, so.
Okay, so Ren is down, and you have a 7.
No, I'm at 17.
Good. Okay, so Bird.
Me and Leilana both got 7s.
Garnet, are you conscious? You got a 16
Oh no!
Oh.
and an 18.
Did you get the modifier
Right.
in there? 18.
Oh man.
All right, Leilana first. What do you want to do?
Leilana's
He is
first.
standing. Yeah, Leilana got an 18.
I got 7. No. Saria got an 18. I got
Oh,
a
she's a
7.
+2.
Oh,
Fine, Garnet's
the-
first. Why do I keep someone else's pencil?
Ooh, pencil toucher?
Here we go with the
Gelatinous
pencil thing
cube.
again.
Firebolt.
No, it's not a cube. It's a black pudding or some
That
sort
was
of pudding.
that was 20 minutes ago. There's a black pudding at the bottom of a pit, and the bird just fell on it. No, I know. I just so much acid,
Damn it.
so much acid. Because the oozes only do 1 damage type, and there's oozes everywhere in this section of the game.
Then I can meta magic, right?
Yeah, you can use your meta magic.
To whatever hurts the black ooze.
Well, fire would have hurt it, but you're like
Radiant.
you're looking down the pit, and your little bird friend is down there. So what are you casting? Fireball. That would hit all of you.
Not fireball. Where am I? in all
You're
this?
okay. This square became a pitfall, and he is a depiction of the pitfall, except he has no little flying base. He is in the pit. Oh, remember you had your 5 temporary hit point bubble,
Oh, I got +5.
so you
on
have
that.
5 more health now.
Let's go. Thank you.
There you go. He's in the pit upside down.
Where am I?
You're right next to it.
Burning
You're
hands.
looking.
Wait, what?
3d6
All right, you
fire.
cook a chicken.
Come on, KFC.
Make a dex save.
You better make a dex save. 4, 10,
It fails,
11.
obviously.
14.
It takes 11 damage. You only take 5 damage.
There goes that one. Back to 18.
All right, the black pudding just screeches as it burns all around you. The puddle of tar you're in is burning alive.
Alright, so can I just fly out of this thing now?
Is it your turn? It's
Yeah, it
Leilana's
is.
turn.
He got a 17.
It was
and
18, 17, 16. He's at a 16. And it got a 14.
Me and James both rolled 7s.
Oh, well then Leilana just told me his number when I thought he was saying his
James
own number.
is Leilana.
Right, so when I said, what's your initiative, and Leilana said his initiative, I think he was saying what
Oh.
Tyler's initiative is.
Okay.
So it's me, yeah?
Yes, it's you.
Okay.
All right.
So what I gotta do?
So it'll swing at you as an opportunity attack as you try to get away from it, but then you just fly up and get out. And it misses. So you are flapping and free of the pit
That's
hole.
18 right there.
Nice.
So you're now above it,
Hey, okay. Actually flying.
So
actually flying.
Can we just escape now? He's down the pit. There's no point in continuing to.
Sure. How are you going to stop it from pursuing you?
He's in a hole.
How fast would it move? I feel like it wouldn't move that fast, right?
You've seen puddings break through a wall and come after the people in the courtyard. They do move.
I just kick some dirt on top of it.
Yes, you can walk away.
Yeah.
I'm not saying you can't. I'm just saying that might not stop the ooze.
The ooze can travel vertically.
Oozes would not be very effective if they couldn't move.
Vertically.
Failed that victim.
Oh, that's fine.
I'm saying when the Kool-Aid guy comes busting
You
into a room,
100% could be
goes-
right. that it's stuck in this pit.
Yeah.
What do you want to do with your turn?
James, do we want to run away from this cube? I'm out of there now.
Yeah. if you're
It's in the
out,
pit, right? That
yeah.
cube can't go up the
All right,
pit.
you fly up and you fly past your friends. You want to go this way?
Appreciate being in the air right now. Can I
Okay,
just say
5, 10, 15, 20, 25. You're about here-ish.
that? Why did I go so far?
Well, I'm asking you.
I'm not like trying to like run away from the rest of the squad here.
Okay,
just
so
trying to-
there?
I just want to be close to the goo.
That's like 1 millimeter from where you had been.
Yeah.
Okay, well, when he flies away, I ask him to come back. And weirdly, why did he fly away? And
Yeah.
can you assist everybody over the pit?
It's like
That's
I
what
would
he
love
just
to, I would
asked
have loved to
you.
have
Should we
helped.
just fly away? And you said, yeah.
I'm saying I want to get away from. I want to get out of the pit. Let's walk away from this guy. Let's get away from him.
And again, why don't you come back and ferry everybody
So I'm going to
across?
ferry everybody for 1 gold.
No. It's not a huge pit. You can just jump it.
Okay.
It was in like a 5-foot space, and anybody can hop a 5-foot hole.
Okay. All right.
Oh,
Okay. Yeah.
you didn't want me to ferry everybody. I got. Okay.
Sure.
All right. So there we are.
Moving on.
That was unfortunate.
Got to the other side.
Okay,
Okay, at
bird.
least
Now
I
the
got
monster.
18.
The monster begins to crawl out of the hole, sliding upwards. Up
Look
the
at
thing.
dude. Take care of this.
There you go.
Glabagool is... Well, it's not his turn yet, but actually he doesn't have an initiative. A natural 1. He is not responding fast enough. This thing comes crawling out of the pit.
So, but wouldn't it? It would be his turn now because we've all moved. So even if he had the last initiative, he would have his turn now.
No. Garnet went at the top of the round at 18.
Yep.
The bird went at 16.
Yep.
And then it's the monster's turn at 14.
Okay.
So you and Ren haven't gone.
All
Glabagool
right, so
apparently
we're
had a
still
1.
back at the other side, and he hasn't ferried us across then.
There's no ferrying across.
Okay.
I just said it's a 5-foot pit.
And
There
we
wouldn't-
haven't jumped across or anything.
Yeah, nobody has done any of that.
Okay.
After he flew away and you guys talked for a second, this thing comes crawling out of the hole.
Okay.
So
Or does it?
it does. This pit just kind of moves up. So it was at the bottom of the pit, and as it slides vertically up the tube, it's now flush with the floor. And this little pseudopod goes and whips at Ren. Ren, it attacks you for a 13.
Miss.
It misses. All right. You just slide out of the way. Because that thing obviously wallops that acid punch, so ditch that shit. All right, Leilana.
I look at him and say, "Kill this thing," or I'm lighting up this entire hallway with fire, and I'm pretty sure it will kill you too.
He goes, I'll definitely push it.
Make it so.
Okay. Well, you're going on 7, and then
Yeah.
Ren's going on 7, and he's going on 1.
Yeah, well,
You want to just pass turns or hold actions?
I'm
Yeah.
gonna hold.
So so it's like level with the floor. Glabagool rolls past you.
Yeah, I'll just
How
move.
is it?
I'll move out of the way.
So you can jump this, jump over the pit or something, squeeze out of the way. And Glabagool
Yeah.
slides directly. So give me that other Gratnus cube. This thing's coming out of a perfectly square pit, and Glabagool goes psh, right on top of it. And just nothing happens. It's just like a hat. And he goes, I don't know. It's like it can't push against me, it can't burn me, it can't acid me, but I can't command it.
You can't command it. I thought you said you could command slimes.
I can, and I've done it to all these smaller ones, and I made them dormant. He's like, maybe it's because it's not dormant, or maybe it's because this is a stronger slime.
Okay.
You stay there and block.
Yeah,
Sure.
So he can just sit there for a while.
He's like, I don't mind sitting here.
Count to 1,000 and then come back following us.
No problem.
Make it stay there.
I think the pudding's actually faster than he is. So he'll just be like sliding, and it'll just be like following down the hallway.
I mean, I guess if it slows him down.
Yeah. He's like, I can push this thing around and block it, but I can't command it.
And so he's blocked. That little glob is blocked now. He can't do anything to it.
Right.
So we can go.
Well, the path is blocked by Glabagool.
Oh.
Yeah.
Because it's exactly a 10-foot cube.
Can they just
Oh,
walk
so
through
we're
them?
gonna have to go down one of the other little halls.
Yes, or run through Glabagool as fast as you can.
Yeah. He'll let you pass on.
Okay.
He hasn't felt
It's gonna burn you, but
the warm hug.
it's not gonna be the full damage. It's gonna be 10, not the round of acid damage.
He can't like
That's not worth it.
morph
so-
himself down to be squatty enough that they jump.
He
over the
already
top.
is trying to push down, and he's
Okay, so
already
so
he's
there's
already
clearance.
ballooning in the hallway a little bit.
So can I fly over the top of
You're
him now
already
and
on the
start
other
picking
side.
people? Good. So can I fly over the top of him and pick
He
up
is
some
a
friends?
10-foot cube in a 5-foot square.
But you said he squashed down.
Yes, so he's already squashed down and basically filling almost 3 spaces wide.
So they
he's,
can't jump.
He's already trying to do that. There's
Into the
maybe
ceiling.
a quarter inch at the top, but that's what pressed him wide as he filled the space.
He's still 10 feet tall. Huh? That's
He
unfortunate.
should have been 10 feet tall.
Even though he's thinned himself out.
Not. I will just take the next hallway and whatever
So,
terrible
hold
fate
on.
He's just like
befalls
forcing us
me.
down a hallway here.
I'll take the
I'm
next
not
hallway.
trying to force you. I'm literally just playing out the
Sure.
only way this makes sense. How would you squeeze through him? He's
No,
not giving
like
you an
over the
air
top
gap.
of him.
If there was space above him, why would he be? I mean, he obviously a 10-foot cube could not normally fit through these hallways. So he is obviously above the max capacity of the hallway in the first place.
Mm.
So there isn't a hole above him. But we made the point of, can he like try to get out of your way, right? So he goes, hold on, let me try. And he goes, and he has this sound.
Fat guy in a little coat.
And let me see if he can control his own slime body enough to do that. 17. It's actually really good. He goes, and he makes himself like a curve. Right? So in the middle of his, so the hallway has like a curve now. It's still like 6 feet wide. It's still gonna be hard, but if somebody like threw you through, you now have like a tunnel hole. And he's like pulling his ribs in, like,
Someone throw me, someone throw me. Quick.
Gnome tossing. Wow, she doesn't find it undignified, but all right.
I'm tiny. It's
What you
my
got?
person. For
or you
my
can do
personality.
a running dive jump, like a
Yeah.
swimming dive, whoo, and fly through the
And
hole.
then just like roll one side.
Yeah,
to the other
give me a
side.
dex check.
Where's your athleticism?
Yeah, what's your athletics? Roll
Oh,
your
my
full
athletics is
A
plus,
plus 3.
Got this.
Acrobatics plus 1.
It's not impossible, but it's a little hard.
8.
You go, and you're just
Oh.
torso sideways, and you're like half in the goo, and then you start burning in the ribs, and they push,
No.
and you flop through the other side, and you took maybe 8 damage, 10 damage,
I'm gonna take your 8.
8. Yeah. Better than a normal interaction brush with a gelatinous cube would have been. So
Okay.
8,
Well, shoot.
and he goes, sorry.
It's
Alright.
not okay.
I do not forgive. She holds bitterness. All right, who else is
Yeah.
coming through? What's your?
I could make it through, but what if the other hallway's not trapped?
Fought
Do
really
it,
hard
do
to
it,
get
do
that
it.
to get that pathway
Go the
there.
other hallway.
I'll just. Then somebody else is gonna have to worry. Yeah, I'll go down the next hallway carefully. I'm tapping my sword out in front of me,
Okay.
listening for anything hollow or pushing.
Yeah.
On the
Give me a
floor.
perception check.
Ahead of me. My perception is plus 6. I rolled a 15.
Then you identify where the trapped position is. It is the
Okay.
third, 1, 2, 3, 4. So where this one was the 1, 2, 3, third spot,
Yeah.
hallway 2 is the 4th spot. So it's that spot.
Okay.
So you are now at the trap spot. So it's got a similar trap where 50 pounds of pressure will cause the floor to collapse. So it's like a jar. But of course you can just jump over the space.
I'm gonna mark it on the floor with my chalk,
Okay?
and I will jump over.
All right.
I got super
Just don't
acrobatics.
flub like a complete moron.
14.
Okay, you hop over.
All right. That leaves everybody else. We'll get out of their way so they can
Okay.
get through.
Garnet, give me a not horrible athletics check.
Hey.
20.
You do a flippy just to show you can. And he goes, yeah, I could probably, of course, jump over, but if there's no immediate danger, why don't you guys just tell me what's over there?
I throw him the rope.
Well, but that's not going to help him jump over a
I
5-foot
don't
hole.
care. I throw him the rope.
Oh, to
and
have
say,
a rope?
Hold on.
Yeah, sure.
And actually, I'm just gonna go. I'm not even gonna wait for him to jump. I'm
That
just
could
gonna-
be the worst scenario, because it could make him flop onto the stone.
Best scenario. Go.
I rolled 12 for my strength. I got strength 14, so I actually rolled a 14. I'm just gonna.
All right, let's see what his athletics is to go with it. Yeah, you guys make it. Oh, okay, that works. Fine. God, leave a man some dignity. Jeez.
The other gnome was asking to get shocked. I'm not worried about dignity at this moment.
So that's the cube, the designated cube spot,
Sure.
and Glavagool's blocking the ooze
Sure.
in the other spot.
All right,
Okay.
door.
You guys get to a large door. Oh, yeah, there is a door right there.
Yeah, we're all piled up in front of the door.
Okay, what do you guys want to do with the door?
I don't know, the bird's been staring at it
There, I'm ready to get in that door.
instead of helping
Should
out
we
with
knock
the door.
on this one?
Right?
Hello.
He's like, oh, I've been in that door. It's unlocked.
He said he wasn't in there.
No, he said he didn't investigate. He just checked the floor plan of the place.
Okay.
So he did open the door.
As a ooze.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, so from now on.
That's a
just
good point. Oh yeah, I
on
was able to
tapping.
squeeze. I was able to squeeze to that floor. Do a search check if you want, or open the door, whichever you feel like.
That's how you check it out. You've been
Yeah, we should
staring
check
at
it.
Well, check it, roll
Well,
it.
like
roll it.
investigation.
Anything you want to roll,
What is it? What do I add to this?
whatever your investigation is, or your passive perception.
Oh, you don't want me rolling. I got a negative
You
1 investigation.
Did roll
Yeah, I'm on the 6.
6 total. You don't detect anything.
Oh, no crap.
There you go.
Maybe
So-
somebody else should. I'd be like, I'm feeling a little fatigued from
But
the day.
you
if you know what
checked
I mean.
it, and you say, "I don't see
I'm
anything
saying
wrong."
I don't see anything, but I'm feeling a little fatigued. You guys might want to take a second look. That's my official standpoint without any exterior implications there.
Zeus. 18 with my bonus.
You don't see anything wrong.
Perfect.
Nothing wrong. Okay.
Perfect. All right. Open it up.
All right.
The door opens.
The door has been opened by the bird.
The room contains a stone fountain. It has a raised edge. There's shallow brackish water in the fountain.
Brackish.
There is the rubble of a broken statue atop a pedestal. All that remains recognizable are a pair of clawed stone feet clutching the top of the pedestal, but then they're broken off. So you get a fountain with a lip and like these claws on the lip, like something would have been standing above it, but it's gone. It's missing. There's 7 niches in the walls. Water seeps into one niche through a crack in the wall. The 2 niches that are flanking it are empty, and there are more of those gray oozes in the chambers of the other 4 niches.
Okay.
Yeah. They're just sitting there dormant.
All right.
Do we need to check the room, or are we just comfortable that the room is safe as well?
Stay right there.
You could search the room.
Hang on. So if I do a spell as a ritual, it doesn't take one of my slots?
Correct. It takes 10 minutes.
All right, cool. I'll tell everybody hang tight, and I will cast Detect Magic as a ritual so it doesn't cause
All
me a
right.
slot.
We're going to say at this point you guys have been in this chamber for about half an hour because you've talked to him, you've gone to the research lab, you've done your investigations, you've dealt with stuff. And now the 10 minutes for the ritual. There are what we said, 5 of you?
Yep.
1, 2, 3, 4. So you guys have burned through about 3 hours of air. So there's 34 hours of air left. Okay. What do you cast as a ritual?
Detect Magic.
You do detect magic inside the fountain.
Okay. In this version, can you tell what type of magic it is or the power level?
Yeah, you can detect like which of the schools is the magic. It's several schools of magic because there's apparently something in that fountain with several little magical signatures near each other.
Can I do divine sense to see if it's good or bad?
Well, he can already tell the magic types. Does divine sense cost you a resource?
It's just an action.
Yeah, if you can just do it, you have no cost. It's not a spell you have to cast.
No.
Okay, yeah, you can sense the divine. Nothing bad is about it. It's neutral. It's not evil
Nothing
or
evil.
good. Yeah, it's nothing evil.
Nothing
or good.
evil or extra planar. Don't you detect extra planar and undead too or
It's
something?
not. It says affects anything that is hollow, known in any location, celestial, fiend,
There
undead,
you go.
within 60 feet.
There you go.
So there's something in the water that
Cool.
is radiating different types of magic.
Okay.
And it's not evil. There's no religious sensations. You just gotta get it.
All right,
I
so
look at him and say, "Are you willing to fly over and maybe perch on the ledge and retrieve what's in there?"
You guys are in there, right?
No, I was staying at the door.
Oh, you're all in the door. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm at 18, so I'm gonna suggest that somebody else sticks their beak in the water and.
Well, I'm just saying you don't have to touch the floor to get in there.
Ren, you all know there's something magic in that water, but nobody wants to touch it.
But she's wide enough that she's not activating the 50-pound trap.
That's true. But if she picked up 1 pound of stuff, she'd trap it on the way back.
Well, I could.
I'm just goofing around.
Oh.
There is something. They've detected magic on the fountain, and there's magic stuff in the fountain.
When was the last time you were
I
on
could
scale?
rage and then put my hands in there to grab it, and I
You
wouldn't
could.
get damaged.
That's true.
Or I would get half damage.
Is there
Yeah.
something in the room that we could use to try to fish around in there to see if there's something?
Can I like stick my greatsword in and just like?
Yeah, kind of noodle in there.
Yeah, you can stick your greatsword in. You would see if it
I might-
has acid and it would break. You know?
Yeah, I don't want to do that.
Use your short sword.
There's not like a piece of lumber or something. Look at that thing. I mean,
The stone temple does not have lumber lying around.
that's unfortunate.
It does.
Then let's throw that little dwarf in there.
Throw him in the water.
Throw him in there. Time for him to earn his
Throw
keep.
him into the bracket.
He's like, I didn't even want to come.
Exactly.
You make me come, and now you throw me in the pit.
He's going
I want to
in the
do
pit.
that.
Look at, she's
All
the
right,
leader. She's
you
gonna
guys,
do it.
you
Throw
still
in
have
there.
him tied to a rope. You
That's
literally can
amazing.
dangle
We're
him
gonna
into the
go fish with
fountain.
that man. He's a nice little piece of bait.
This is the dumbest assignment I've ever been on.
You're telling us.
Yeah, we're over here for you. Go get it. Don't something bad happens. Like it never like, hey, you got like leveled up because you touched the terrible ooze.
Right?
I'm
Okay.
serious. Put them.
I know you're serious, so
Put them
somebody
into the-
say you're actually doing it. Okay.
Yep.
You guys take him, and he goes, if I must, fine, I'll investigate.
You must.
This is a terrible
Wow.
idea. So you guys lower him into the fountain.
Yes.
He reaches around and finds that little wrapped up cache of something, and he pulls it out. He goes, "Is this bag?"
Is
There's
it-
like a bag.
Is that the only thing that's magical?
Yes, that's where all the magic's coming from.
Cool. Because I got this for 10 minutes.
Okay, you guys pull him out.
Yep.
You open up this little satchel. It has 112 silver pieces, 41 gold pieces, 3 green gold bracelets that you could sell. You don't know what they're worth, but I do. If you want to put a page note, it's page 36. There is a drow crafted dagger, which is a, well, you need to identify it, but it has the hilt of a spider design.
No.
Do you have to
Poison.
identify low-level magic, or can you just tell?
No, no clue.
Who's the
None of that.
magician here? You have a sorcerer and a cleric. Roll an intelligence check. And you have 2 potions.
Okay.
So using your detect magic, which you already have
5.
running,
Yep.
you can tell that one of the potions is a healing potion. It's obvious. It's labeled like a healing potion. It's resounding the right magic. So you have a greater healing potion.
Okay.
The other one is transmutation.
Okay.
That's-
So it's a, but I'll just tell you what it is, but just,
Probably
don't
worth it.
actually use it until we get to a point where you guys could have found out what the hell it was, because otherwise it makes no sense. But it is an oil of slipperiness. Just, I guess, to be ooze themed. I don't know.
Always. Jeez.
You have an oil of slipperiness, a greater healing potion, and a +1 magic drow dagger.
Okay.
You can tell that while the drow dagger is well made, it was masterwork, it was made by the drow, it's not so ornate that all the special magic items are super ornate, you know what I mean?
Sure.
So it's a +1 magic dagger.
Okay. All right. There doesn't seem to be a way out in there or anything like
There
that.
does not seem to be a way out.
Damn it.
And there are 4 oozes around you in chambers and stasis.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, so we're gonna go check out the.
So, you guys gonna hop
secret
across this again?
Yep.
Okay. Everyone make an athletics check and don't roll like a 2.
I'm flying.
Sure. You can just flap over.
In my 5-foot hallway.
A 6, you're fine.
I got a
Not quite a 2.
total of 11 with my bonuses.
4.
Not a 2. Jeez, guys, really pushing it. All you
Today
have to do
is
is go,
not the day.
you guys get a 4 and a 6.
But we made it.
It's fine. You'd really have to screw up to not overstep a marked trap.
There you go.
All right. And Glabaghoul's just talking to you guys like, what did you guys find? Anything cool?
Little goodies. Nothing you need to worry about in your current state. I don't think you can ingest potions anymore.
Oh, certainly you can. He's like, oh yeah, any magical thing that goes into my body, I just get to apply it to my whole body. He does mention that, actually he mentioned something really interesting that I probably should have mentioned earlier. His experimentation, what he found was that now that he can control the entire cube, his brain functions work very well. He's actually super intelligent. His nervous system is spread out throughout the entire cube. But if he chops a piece of himself off, like a smaller piece, his nervous system's in that too. But and then it becomes sort of autonomous, right? And it does things like he would do, like it just kind of waits or hangs out or whatever. He can tell that it's like part of him, but it's not big enough to have enough nervous structure to be intelligent. But the smaller parts of him are stupid until he recollects them.
Okay.
And so he's hypothesizing that as these oozes get piled up and piled up and piled up, they have the potential for higher and higher intelligence.
Okay.
But if you chop them down too much,
Size matters for oozes.
definitely
Okay.
to intelligence capacity.
Okay.
So the larger oozes can be intelligent, but as they get small, they can't even be capable.
So he's controlling it even though it's not connected with him.
It's like it's still him, but it's not the smart him. It's him on a really dumb day. Like it's like him without coffee. You know, it's like the smaller part of me is still me, but it's just not smart.
But he doesn't control
So
it.
like
He
a
controls himself,
T-1000,
so
it's just
that's what I'm
laying
trying
out
to think.
there.
Right, it's like another copy of
could
him.
actually control him though. Like he could control the.
Yeah, I guess because he can kind of put influence on all the other oozes around, he can influence the ooze.
He can influence it, so we can use that to our advantage. So,
Yeah, he can kind of tell it to come back to himself and recollect.
Get over here.
Yeah.
All right, let's go check out this
Yeah, let's
chop
go
my
check
arms
out
off.
the,
Okay.
other Marakish pool.
All right. You guys come to this, let's just call it the water chamber, because it's obviously a chamber, and it's obviously full of water. Oh my gosh. You hear the sounds of pouring water. Water enters through cracks 10 feet high in the ceiling. The rate of which the water flows in, you must conclude that they were caused by the same cave-in that brought you here. Otherwise, this place already would have been flooded long ago. So the water has recently been rushing into here.
It also means there's a way out.
Mm-hmm. The water will rise
Just fill this whole joint.
roughly 1 foot per hour until the entire tunnel is completely flooded.
Okay, I guess it. All right.
So you have 34 hours of air, or total air volume is 34 humans worth of air, human hours, but you're going to drink them 5 in an hour because there's 5 of you in here. And that's how fast it will flood. So at this rate, this place will be 6 feet underwater when you all suffocate to death.
Okay. Excellent.
Oh, I'm short.
Right, that's not enough to get you out of a hole that's 10 feet in the ceiling.
Well, I still have detect magic. If anything magic.
Let me see. You do not detect any magic.
All right.
Can we send the
So all you know right now is that the crack is 10 feet in the air,
crack is 10 feet in?
and it's filling this chamber.
If we widen it, it's only going to make things worse.
That's true. But the water, of course, is trying to fill the whole temple.
Yeah.
Could we blow the hole open and then just swim up once the water gets high enough?
It's very possible.
If we're strong enough. How tough is it going to be coming in? Whoo! Let me see what this stupid spell does. Probably nothing important, but.
Does Garnet have any interesting spells?
Not yet.
Not yet. You have like 17 new spells. She can fireball the room. That'll blow a hole in the ceiling.
Yeah.
Well, you do have a solution for yourself. I won't spoil it, but you can get out.
What are you looking for as far? Are we trying to figure out swimming?
Well, I didn't memorize this spell today or whatever, but I got something for tomorrow. If everybody just.
Well, if you guys sleep for 8 hours, you can switch spells. It will have consumed 40 hours of air, and you'll all be dead. So yeah, it doesn't work.
Yep.
You don't have 8 hours of spells. But if one person left, you'd have almost 8 hours. If 2 people could get out, the rest of you could survive 8 hours. But you will be very headached from nearly suffocating.
Sure.
It's one of those aspirin potions, huh? It's probably going to be on the menu anyways.
Oh.
But you're saying it's a no on just blowing a hole big enough that we could all just kind
I
of
didn't say it's a
ride
no.
the water up and out of the deal?
That would seem to be a sensible way out
Right.
if you could survive the tumult of water and you don't know how high you have to go.
I don't have the ability to do it. Somebody else is going to have to. I'm just a bird that doesn't get to fly through most of the game.
You did play a bird in the underground campaign.
Yeah.
This is not the the Frozen Fields campaign. If this was like a Nordic campaign, you'd be able to fly all the time.
Killing it.
Yep.
Ragnarok.
Just like the bird in the tiny hallway of the.
You got magic. What are you doing, boss? Come on.
Yeah, I got create or destroy
Man.
water, but I don't have it today.
Glabagool goes, I could try to crawl through those cracks and try to acid up the stuff, but can they climb? No. Gelatinous cubes can't climb up the walls. Only the black puddings can.
How freaking convenient is that for that
I
black
know.
pudding that was coming up there after?
He goes, should I try to push the pudding into the crack and destabilize the crack?
All right, Garnet. So DM says you got to wait to at least get out. So let's do your thing, sister.
Oh my gosh. I don't know what he's talking about.
She's pondering that one.
Ladies' room.
I'm gonna go to the ladies. I'm gonna go to the ladies' room.
I mean, it is.
We don't know what that room identifies.
Shite as far as spells.
Hunger of Hadar.
Well, you know she can fireball the roof and blow the hole open.
Sure.
Yeah, I don't.
There's ways you guys can blow the hole open. And he can go up and fly to the top and at least investigate the crack.
Daylight.
I mean, looks like it's probably going to come down to blowing it, flooding it, and then hoping we can swim out in time.
Will somebody hold me if I just barely can't reach?
Well, as the
Someone
place
promise
floods, it'll push you up into the air.
I got you with
Yeah, but what if I like
insight
suffocate
greed.
right before I can get to?
Well, don't
Rising
wait. Don't wait
tide
8
raises
hours.
all
Flood it now. Flood it fast.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Do what y'all do. I think we'll get this.
It's gonna have trouble and start to displace the air. You know, maybe we get burped out.
Nice.
Well, it's up to you guys how you want to do it. I don't care.
Second spiritual weapon to attack the wall.
I won't do it. It's radiant damage. It's the one thing you can't do with it. It's just like holy, like spiritual energy. What is that little icon? I don't know. It's a weird ass icon you posted.
It's like a picture. It looks like a pirate from here, but
It's like a head screaming, but I can't tell a head of what. Like what the head is all the
Look.
things.
It's Max
Ahead in the
Headroom.
road. Look ahead in the road.
Do you guys want hints or help, or should I just let you guys think of something?
No.
What
Well-
happened? Did I miss anything?
No.
No.
Everyone's just debating their choices.
I don't really have a
Oh,
choice. One person that doesn't have like spells.
Takes force damage from spiritual weapon.
Really?
Yep.
Why would spiritual weapon do force damage?
It's force damage.
What?
Because it-
Spiritual-
Target takes force damage equal to 1d8 plus your spell casting ability.
It's never done radiant damage.
Nope.
The spiritual weapon
Yep.
does physical damage,
Yep.
but it's a spiritual weapon.
Spectral weapon with range that again, it's
Specters don't deal force damage. Super weird. Yeah, you're right.
just like the fire thing.
Well, that is a naming issue, but this is
That's
like
a naming
this is a
issue.
logic issue.
No, it's the
Yeah.
same thing. It's your spirit. Okay, they should have just called it summon weapon.
No, that would
Ooh.
make it more sense with force. Yeah, but you're asking your god to give you like a holy energy weapon, and then that holy energy weapon.
You're
is
asking
like-
your god to give you a weapon. You
know-
act unholy.
You're absolutely right. This used to be for the the holy clerics, and now it's for everybody. And so, if it was radiant, then the evil people couldn't make any sense of it. So I guess force being the generic energy is okay. So yeah,
Also strong.
you could get your spirit weapon to force blast the hole.
I can do it, James.
I can continuously attack it for
Yep.
till it breaks a hole, but we all have to be ready to swim. How good are you at swimming?
I've honestly looked at that. I don't see anything that.
I mean, you smelled good in that hot tub. I'm not gonna lie.
Treat yourself. We'll talk
How warm
about
is
that
this
once we get
water?
out of the hole. I mean, there's not like a swimming stat on this, right? Like I'm not,
Athletics.
my athletics is +6, so I'm gonna survive even if you guys.
You're going to be able to swim.
Yeah. I'm like Michael Phelps over here. Let's go. Blast that bug.
Okay. So you're going to start using force to pop the hole?
Yeah. And then I am going to guidance myself and up my.
Your swim check?
Yeah. I'm gonna up my
All right. When you do your first blast, this big like boulder doubles the flow of the rocks, and now if someone could get up there, you could at least see more. But definitely the water has doubled its rate of falling.
I'll hold back for a second. I'll point for the bird
All
to
right.
fly up.
Birdman's going up there. He gets to
All
use
right.
his
You
wings.
fly. You like stick your head in the water. Anyway, as you flap and you try to look better, it seems like this water is obviously coming in faster, but there is like a secondary passage past the water. How do I explain this? I don't know if it's explained very well. Chipping away at any of the cracks causes more of the ceiling to collapse, doubling the amount of water pouring into the complex, but also revealing a diverted underground river that is the source of the water. Okay, so it's not saying it reveals a way you can go. It's revealing where the water is coming from, which is a diverted river. So there is infinite amounts of water up there.
Sure.
There's an entire river above you. So you don't know how deep you are under that river, but if you could get out, you could get into the river.
So, but you're saying, can I get out? Can I go try for a swim?
If he keeps cracking the hole open, it would be big enough for you to
can
go
start
for it.
clawing my way until.
Now,
at the same-
most people... So let's say he just busts the hole open. Boom. And the water's going to start rising quickly. Fine. You can go because you can fly. How do you fly up through the water? There's no way. Until the water beneath you is pressurizing, you have no way to get to the hole. You can't, like, flap at the water gush.
So basically, our goal is that we just need to.
So
flood
you
the
have
room.
to... Yeah, you basically have to flood the room as fast as possible to have enough air. And you guys
While
have plenty
he's
of
doing
air.
his blast thing, I'm like clawing at it, and just because we're scraping away at sand, right? You said?
Okay.
So we're
Do you
just-
want to use a fireball and blow a hole in the ceiling?
We killed the bird.
Yeah, just trying
Kill-
to cruise
kill
through the
everyone?
process,
Everything.
Kill
Sure.
everyone?
Yeah.
So Glab Ghoul goes, what are you guys doing over there? I see a lot more water.
Get ready
No.
for a lot of water.
A deluge. As
Are
someone
we-
said. I thank you.
Are we flooding this place?
Yes, we are.
Yes.
My research notes.
Not my problem.
Okay.
My
Can you not,
alchemy
like, pull
lab.
them
Aren't
into
you
the
your
cube,
research
too?
notes?
Yeah. But he
Okay.
has a lab over there.
All
Not
right.
anymore.
Well, is there anything of consequence back there?
Well, there's my notes.
Have you
Is there anything important we can send somebody back for before we do this?
It would all get ruined in the water one way or another, right? So I don't think of anything specific now.
Okay.
No.
All right. Do it.
Let's do it.
Keep
All right.
smashing. Smash
All right.
smash.
You use your spiritual weapon to just keep busting little holes in the thing.
Yep.
The water doubles again, it doubles, and eventually you just start flooding the whole place. So as
Sure.
the place goes 2 feet, 3 feet, 4 feet, 5 feet, 6 feet, everybody obviously got to get into that chamber room, right?
Yep.
Otherwise, you're going to get stuck over here. And this guy goes, "Is this a bad time to tell you that I can't swim?"
Not our problem.
It's the great
17.
time to tell you goodbye.
Bye.
It's very warm around my
Can I ride on your shoulders,
Ta-ta,
man?
motherfucker.
Ren, you can carry him. You're so strong. You have such good athletics.
No.
So
You
as
got
this
the
room,
rope.
so as this
Yeah.
room,
No, he's got
as
the rope
this
on
room
me.
gets to 10 feet, oh yeah, you're pulling him under. He's under the water as you're pulling him.
Hold your breath.
You're all trying to, tread water as the whole room just floods, and you guys get to that roof point
Yep.
where you're now completely underwater.
Yep. Go. Go. Go.
All right.
Go.
You guys start swimming,
Yep.
swimming.
17.
If I have to make a check, I got the old guidance kicking as well.
So you guys push those last few rocks out of the way and open a hole big enough for a person to go through, and you start squeezing through this little tunnel and get into the river. Okay.
Yep.
And you make swimming checks. Yeah, everybody's got to hold their breath. I need a Constitution check for holding your breath and a swimming athletics check for swimming.
7 and a 1. I crapped out with my guidance. I got 8 on my swimming.
I'm gonna do 2 columns.
Oh wait, hang on. I
James, you got a swim
Give me a 20.
and a breath.
All right, so there's 8
20 plus athletics, right?
plus 4. So actually, I got a 12. Sorry.
Right, so I got
Oh, I rolled 20.
Which one's a 12?
That would be my. Sorry, my. I was looking at acrobatics. I got a 10 with my swimming, athletics. Yeah, I got
What does
10
that
with my
mean?
swimming.
I got a 14.
So your swim's okay, and your breath is what?
Constitution.
Yeah.
I rolled a 20 plus 2. So
All right. So your
22.
breath is totally good.
Yes.
So you hold your breath like a pro. You don't need to retest. We only need to retest swims, and so your swimming. It's like a death save. You're 1 swimming check down. Ren, what'd you get? You got a 20 on something.
Yeah. What
On
are
your
we supposed
swim
to roll
check?
first?
You're supposed to do an athletics check, which is a skill check, and then a Constitution save, which is to hold your breath.
Okay.
So which one did you get a 20 on? The first one?
yeah, I have.
So you're swimming like a pro.
Okay. Then I got. What did you say? The second one was with Constitution.
So you are swimming like a pro and passing out.
Well, I got. That would be a 12.
Oh, that's still good. So you're 1 good breath check. Bird?
15 and 16.
All right, you got 1 and 1. Garnet?
15, 16, and 13.
Why didn't I get?
So those are both good and good. Do you want to cast a spell to get you out of this problem?
Do I have a spell?
Yes. You're not aware of it, but I even told you you do. You can peace out anytime you want. Do you want to cast the spell? Because I'll tell you what it is and you'll just do it. Instinctually, you would do it.
But you said she's good and good, so it's not like she's.
She doesn't want to swim through a river.
Okay.
Do you want me to just tell you?
Yeah.
You can cast gaseous form. And then you could have just gone through the ceiling and just floated away and gone.
All right.
Big old fart right up through the.
So she just phases out of being a physical human and just goes through the cracks and goes through the ceiling and floats away and doesn't have to worry about any of this shit. So you're out.
Peace.
You will have no trouble getting out of here.
Bitches.
All right, James, your second swim check.
How's she cast underwater?
I don't care.
Okay.
Point
Well,
is, she
then-
should have already had done it. The
Gotcha.
fact that she's not aware that she can do it, but I've given her the power.
Gotcha. All right.
But you can cast underwater. Maybe you have to make a concentration check. Why can't you cast underwater? She doesn't even use components. She's a sorceress.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm gonna.
You don't know the
swim.
powers I have.
I got 11 plus 2 more, 13.
All right, your second swim check's fine. Bird, you need to do both.
Here we go. We got 17. Wow, that's 17 plus 6. So that's
Good, that's good.
Plenty. And that's 6 plus 8.
All right, 2 and 2. You're swimming well. You're doing your little bird swim. You know, from a long line of proficient swimming birds.
I'd say it. I'm like more seagull than than land chicken.
I don't know what Ren's up to now, but James, your third swim check.
15 plus
You're
2 more,
good.
17.
You pop your head out of the river, and you are in an underground river somewhere near Blandenstone.
Just keep pulling on that rope.
Yeah, he's alive.
Yeah, that's fine.
As long as you pull him out, you just pump his stomach and all the things spreading.
All right, my go.
Yep.
Here we go. So for the swim, 11
11.
and 14.
All right, you're good.
Good.
So you're fine. Everybody's fine. It works great. Ren probably gonna be fine. She got a crit on her swim, so even if she was choking, she's swimming fast. So everybody's fine. And then out of the bubbling comes the Glabagool, just slowly floating up, and he goes wee. He floats out of the hole.
Okay.
So he needs to be with us then. All right, so where are we at now? We're clearly out of Ooze Temple, huh?
Yep, you guys are out of Ooze Temple. You found some magic items and you got out. Are these single sided? I think they are. Yeah. All right, you guys trudge back to Blindenstone, one step smarter. You have a sentient gelatinous cube who knows more than anyone about oozes and how to thwart the Pudding King.
All right.
Can't swim in peace. Bye. All right.
Hello, Jay.
So,
We get back. I say we
Yeah.
bring this schmo directly
So,
to.
Glabagool cannot move quickly. He can only go 15 feet per round. So he's just like slowly sliding.
Okay.
Do you guys want to ditch him or stick with him?
Oh no, we gotta keep this guy now.
Yeah,
It's like
he's our
the reason
trophy.
why we.
So he's our trophy. So we will move slowly with him.
All right. You guys get back to Blingdenstone, and you have some explaining to do to the guards, and you try to tell them, no, this is a good ooze. And he talks to them, and goes, I'm Glabagool.
I will, I'll bring our other guy up to
Yeah.
verify for him.
And he just gives them, an excuse that kind of works for them. It's my pet friend, ooze. And he goes, the Pudding King may have oozes of his own, but now we have oozes of our own.
There you go.
Start building up an army to
It's
combat.
it's somewhere between then you're the Pudding King and
Right.
oh, that makes sense. Okay, you guys come into Blingdenstone.
We will go directly to the big guy.
All right.
We're bringing
You just cruise on over
Glabagool
to.
with us.
Glabagool.
Obviously, the guards are a little apprehensive. Like, I don't think we should let a gelatinous cube into the chamber of the king. And you're like, no, it's a good gelatinous cube.
I say he will want to speak
This is
with
not
this
the cube you were looking for.
It works itself out. He gets let in.
It works itself. Indeed.
All right, you guys bring the ooze before the king.
Yes.
And Glabagool, relays his story and says, in his opinion, Jublex is behind this. Jublex must be gifting this Smurfnerblin some sort of power, and that power is letting him control the oozes, but the threat is very literal and very real. All the oozes in the greater area of the Underdark are being pulled toward Blingdenstone like an epicenter. And that's why there's an accelerated rate of oozes breaking through the walls and coming through the ceiling, and they're everywhere. But that he's creating, he can feel, the movement. He can feel that he's collecting all these oozes.
Okay. But the Ooze King is a deep gnome?
Yes.
Oh,
The Ooze King is a deep gnome.
damn.
Yep.
I shake my head in disappointment.
After explaining this to him,
Shame.
he
the
is...
Ooze King is a deep gnome.
Yeah, the Pudding King is a
Oh.
Smurfnerblin.
Yeah.
Okay.
He also mentions that we had an issue a while ago with a Smurfnerblin who was going mad. Let me see. In the first days of Reclamation, there was a crazy Smurfnerblin. Scouts have claimed to have seen him skulking the unrecovered areas of the settlement, and we didn't know at the time, but we're going to assume that's who the Pudding King was. So some people testify, we think we know who that guy is then. Using the description and all that, at least you have a name for him. So he is a known person that went mad, and he was always in the outer reclaimed areas.
I'm sure this madness is not unrelated to all the other madnesses.
Well, he doesn't know about other madnesses. Are there other madnesses?
Yes. Well, I will tell them about the Koatoa.
Okay, so you tell him about Demigorgon and the big threats. So
Another demon prince is obviously not a coincidence either.
2 demon princes are out of the abyss.
Thank you.
What is this page? Hold on. Page 118.
The Groaner.
Took 118 pages for the stupid title to make sense. All right.
Yes, 2 of them now. Or at least direct interactions with the plane.
More.
And how are they getting out? Who's letting them out?
Dun, dun, dun. So he fills in more about what we do know.
Okay.
We do know there is a large section of Blingdenstone, which is past the 7 Gate, right over there, which goes to a place called the House Center. It used to be the old heart of Blingdenstone's government, so it's like the main audience hall, and that's around where all the oozes are, not amassing, but that's the line where if you go anywhere over there, you're going to get attacked by oozes quickly and regularly. So that's why we've walled all that part off. That's why our map kind of ends there, and there's a big break right there.
Yep.
So he explains that we've blocked off the major route to the house center, and it's because anything over there gets sacked by oozes. So we know kind of that's where he's operating around.
Okay.
And at some point when we're ready, we could try to go that way and attack them.
I look around when he says we.
Yeah, what is this? We're all done attacking these things. And we never bode well against these stupid oozes.
said you needed help coming up with a plan and assistance.
Yes,
and
we're not going to move on to the next step, but we will when we deal with the Pudding King. That'll be next session. But he now knows the information he needs to create a bigger preparation.
Okay.
So he's going to get his armies ready, and they're going to try and deal with the Pudding King directly. But he obviously wants to know if Gabagool has any other like ways to aid. Like Gabagool fills in information, but doesn't really give them a leverage, right?
Sure.
Other than saying it's very serious. Let's deal with this in full force. Okay.
Okay.
What else would you guys like to do?
We need to do anything with that dagger we found, or is that just a regular dagger?
It's a magical +1 dagger.
Does anyone normally use dagger?
Well, Lauren currently doesn't have a weapon that can let her melee these oozes.
Oh, yeah. I could take that.
That would let you go to town on an ooze and not melt your weapons.
Yeah. Can I keep
It's
it?
a dagger. It's not what you want it to be, but it's at least a magical dagger.
Yeah.
Sure.
So, how do I know what the damage and like hit
I think it's
everything is?
D4 plus
1d4?
It's D4
Plus-
plus 1, and then you add your strength, so the hit's going to be the same as your other weapons, hitting with a 1 higher. So compared to a greatsword, it would be a +6 to hit,
Okay.
and then D4 plus 4 damage.
Cool.
Because it's magical.
Okay.
I don't know if you can normally use your strength for a dagger, but I'm going to say I'll allow it. Because you're small, the dagger's like a big weapon for you.
Cool.
Which destroys your logic.
I know. I'm waiting.
Not even gonna
I'm waiting
go
for
there.
I'm waiting
Yeah,
for your
don't do
temple
that.
to be like, fuck!
Oh, head
Oh, James.
explode.
James is
You
so
cannot
mad.
Have it both ways.
James is so mad that the gnomes can use great swords.
Yes.
I mean, they can't officially, and I just don't care, so I'm saying fine. If you guys want him, here's the stat block for Glabagool,
Let's go out the ghouls.
and here's his picture.
Bloop, bloop, bloop.
Alright,
So,
closing us off, what are we doing here?
yeah, we can do little things or just end for the day. But one of the things that Glabagool says is, he goes, well, what we could do is we could try to collect lesser oozes and absorb them into my body, and as I get bigger, I'll become hyper-intelligent, and then maybe I can command other oozes, and we can keep going and going and going. And, of course, Dorbo goes, that sounds like we're just making another Pudding King. Like, that's the absolute worst.
I'm like, oh yeah, well think about that, buddy. And I'll like turn away and be like,
Not happening.
He's like, but that's, that would let me control them, and then, we'd have a Pudding King of our own. You can call me the Slime King, the Cube King,
Cube King,
Cube King,
Jello King.
right?
Oh,
The Jello King. What the Pudding King needs is competition.
Yes, he needs the Pop King. So we get the pudding, and then we'll have the pudding pops. What's this gnome's name?
An
Is
entire
it
faction of Pudding Pops.
Is it Billabub Kadzubi? I mean, I'm just saying. The way they name these people. Oh God, this guy. Does that clip on the mic when you do that? I'm just wondering.
I don't know. Let's ask the mic. How you doing, Mike? Did you clip?
I think it clipped.
I'm sure
We
it
probably topped out.
For a reward for getting more information about the oozes, because at great risk to yourselves, Digger Maddock gives you guys a third level spell gem.
Okay, which does.
It does a bunch of stuff, and it's like a lot of things in D&D. They act like it's the most incredible thing in the game. But if you really want to be pessimistic, it just gives you a spell slot. Which isn't that bad, but it's not like it's that
It's a third level spell slot.
amazing.
That's pretty good.
Well, the gem could have a level, like a required level. Like, you say it was a first level spell gem. It could only hold first level spells, right?
Sure.
But this is the highest one of the character casting level of the party. So in this case, a third level spell gem.
Okay.
And so what this gem can do is it can contain a spell from any class's spell list.
Any.
If you become aware of the spell when you learn the gem's properties, blah, 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 it doesn't currently have a spell in it, so it's just empty. When holding the gem, you can cast the spell from it as an action if you knew the spell or the spells in your class list. So again, it's like, you can cast magic, but only if you already know magic. Okay. Doing so doesn't require components. So basically, with this in your hand, you may cast a spell. And then sleep and all that, and then any time later, you could take it and cast that spell. right?
Oh, so we put that one spell in there and it
Yeah.
stays that one spell.
Yeah, it's like
till
putting
we
a spell
wipe
in
it.
your pocket. But it
But
just,
like when you cast it, it's not gone.
right, it's not consumed.
Okay.
So it's just like a spell slot. It's like having an extra spell slot in your backpack.
That's okay.
It's not the end of the world.
Yeah,
now
but
here's what's
any of us
weird.
can use it though. So
That's
say
the-
she puts a spell in there, I can use it, or I
Well-
can put a cure in there, and the other two could use
Here's the problem.
it. Okay.
It says you can only use it if you could already cast that spell or it's in your class list, meaning
Okay.
no only another wizard could use it. But then in the description of the adventure, like at the gates,
yeah.
they had alarm spell gems up and down the doors. They have response spell gems, and all of the guards can use them. And none of those guards are spellcasters.
Sure.
So I don't understand. There's a logic break. So to me, it only makes sense that for the players to feel like this is an awesome item, and the lore is that this thing's freaking incredible. I'm gonna say yes. Any of you can cast the spell into the stone, and then anyone can cast that spell, with the one exception that if it if it separates itself from the party for more than like 3 days, the spell will leak out, So it's not like you can sell someone a fireball on the open market and they cast
Sure.
fireballs a week later. But within the party, yes, you guys can store any damn spell you want, and I'll let anyone in the party use it. So if you want it to be a pocket heal spell, it's a good idea. If you want it to be a fireball, you can here use the fireball, use the gem to shoot a fireball. I'm okay with it. It is very like that's not what the spell says it can do, but then the logic behind how the gnomes are using spell gems makes no damn sense.
Right.
Mm.
Okay.
So we thank him as we go down our way.
Oh,
Yeah.
spell gem, great, yeah, great.
No, we definitely thank him and converse amongst ourselves. On what would be best to put in there.
Yeah, what would you guys like to put in your spell gem?
Well,
Obviously, you cast it and then go to bed, and so you get your spell back.
yeah, or maybe I don't know.
Almost made it.
Purpose.
Daylight.
Daylight coming.
Right. I don't know. I mean, if I'm getting a level, that might change things because it'll open up more spells for us. But
Yes, you and Tyler are now level 5.
Oh,
Okay.
look out.
Oh,
The
dang!
boys are back in town.
For the first time.
The birds are back in town.
the birds are back in town.
All right, so we'll call here for the day, but let's just chat for a minute about what you guys want to do next so I prepare correctly.
Whatever it takes to get the hell out of here.
Well, then you'll have to clear at least the stone area, rock biter.
Yeah.
That's
I
where
mean,
we're going next.
Rock bite.
they're gonna let us not finish off this ooze thing. That
I
would
mean, you
be
guys can
great.
go to rock bite now, or we can call it and do it next session.
We gotta rest anyways. Let's see. Animate Dead, Beacon of Hope, Bestow Curse, Clairvoyance, Create Water, Daylight, Dispel, Magic, Feign Death, Glyph of Warding, Magic Circle, Mass Healing Word, maybe?
In mass healing order means if anybody survives the fight, everyone gets healed.
Well, that might not be a bad thing. Let's see. Mass Healing Word. As you call out the words of restoration, up to 6 creatures of your choice that you can see within range get hit points equal to 1d4 plus your spellcasting modifier. That is not good.
But it would get everyone conscious.
Yes, but still, that is like, oh, man,
That's a 3rd level spell.
yeah, that's a little weak for 3rd level. Considering I have like,
it's how many creatures? 6 people.
yeah, but like my healing word does that
I know.
anyways.
But let's imagine you walk into a town and everyone's dying. You're like on a battlefield. This is like it can heal 6 people at one spell slot.
Yeah.
Whereas nothing else you can do can heal 6 people at one spell slot. Although he can like touch 20 people and heal them all for 1.
For one, yeah, that's right.
Let me heal you for 1.
Oh, healing
One.
word's only 1.
Yeah, it's
Alright.
1d4. D4 plus
It's
mod.
like, don't touch me, I don't want to
No.
heal. No healing.
But what's the casting time on it? Is it still fast? Because healing word is instant.
It's just a
It's like a bonus action to heal. The reason healing
Bonus action.
Yeah, so you can instantly rejuvenate your whole party in combat.
Yeah.
So that's why it's really powerful. Gets the whole party up in a fight.
Higher slots, you had another die 4. That ain't bad. Well, it's either It's probably pretty much either that or fireball. You know?
She's got a bunch of spells.
Thinking of like, what's the?
She can push clearly gaseous form into the thing.
We can all become a fart and get out of here really quick.
Only one of us can become.
She also has stinking cloud.
Oh, stinky. Yeah, she does.
Let's all become gas, and then I will stinking cloud. That's what we leave.
She's got poop magic.
Just make sure it's actually a fart.
That's it. It can be disguised. It can be
Oh,
disguised.
I'll say pretty.
She's got the best combo. She leaves behind the gas and then lights it all on fire.
I would love to see that.
We also have Revivify, which like pops somebody right back up, doesn't it?
That's, I think, cure death.
gonna be
Like
a
if they
terrible
die,
service.
die.
Touch a creature that has died
Yeah, but
within
it's
1 minute.
within
creature
1 minute.
returns to life. with
Right.
1 hit point.
So if they actually die in a fight, you get them back as long as it's right after the fight.
We could put that in there.
So
I
you
mean,
have 10 rounds post-death to heal.
it cuts down how often we'll use it, but if anybody drops, it's guaranteed.
See, if you want to argue that tactically, you could say, we'll just let them go to death slays, let them die, and then revivify someone. But the counter to that is that the process of dying is horrifying and mentally painful, and I think revivify can even change your form.
No, you're thinking of Resurrection.
There's like a shitty version of Resurrection where you randomly roll what you come back as.
The spell can't return to life a creature that has died of old age, nor can it restore any missing body parts.
Okay.
So,
Revivify.
so something to consider.
Okay.
Resurrection. It's so weird that like 3rd level you get to come back from the dead. The Resurrection 7th level.
Right. So it's immediately restore the dead. Because the thing is, their spirit is still right there.
Sure,
You just connect it back to
but
the
it's
body.
like that's pretty low level just to get
Exactly.
somebody back.
Exactly.
Warframe.
Because they're still right there. You have 1 minute.
1 minute.
It doesn't resurrect the dead. It just says, oopsie, and resurrects them. We didn't mean to let him die in death saves. We thought we had 5 more rounds.